Hi, Ann.
Morning. How you doing?
Fine, thank you, yourself.
I'm a little tired this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping too good lately. I'm dealing with my friend. He's sick and
Oh,
in a different location. So I'm on the phone and people are taking care of him, don't listen. And
okay. I hope you feel better.
well, it's just the wait and see thing going on. And he's going blind and he's can't walk and he's depressed and
Who going blind?
he is. That's my got glaucoma. He's been declared legally blind, so he's in an upset mode. So
I don't care what time I go to bed. I'm up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
I refuse.
Yeah.
Thank God it's Friday. I saw
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
say that, yeah,
Yeah.
and this is the day that God gave us a great gift.
Yeah. Thank you. He woke us up.
That's right. And his son died on the cross for us. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Morning. Good morning, ladies. How you
Good
all?
morning. How are you?
Wonderful.
There's a
Wonderful.
gentleman on here. He was on here a minute ago. James, I
What
think
is
his name is James
Rick?
Lumpkins.
I see somebody named Ricky. Somebody named Calvin.
Good morning. Good
Okay.
morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Calvin.
Yeah.
Number
And,
two,
and James.
James.
James,
Okay.
Ricky Wade,
Nothing is not moving.
Calvin. And number two, who else? And you
Number
two
two.
beautiful
Yeah,
ladies.
somebody number two.
And Alex, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, darling.
Good morning, Alex.
John, good morning.
John, somebody named John.
Yes,
Calvin.
somebody named John. Hi, John.
John, good morning, John.
John.
Why is my thing not moving this morning? Good morning, John.
Good morning.
It's on.
Good morning, John.
It's on, John. If you speak, we can hear you. Okay. Guess he didn't want to speak to us. What's that? Baby wave. What is that? Oh, Ricky. Is that Ricky? Lord, I need really my glasses are not working.
Yes, Ricky and
Your
James.
glass is not working. You don't have
Hi, Brenda.
Good
morning, Brenda.
No,
Brenda.
I'm getting a cataract. Dang. Hi, Brenda. Off of my
Oh.
Good
eye.
morning. Good morning,
Good morning,
How you
everyone.
Brenda.
Good
doing?
morning, baby. How you
Hey,
doing?
Carolyn. I'm good.
How you doing? I'm wonderful. How are you? I said, I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
I see you
Can't
still
complain.
eating.
Hi.
Hey, Diane.
Hey.
I know. Every time I come over here, I'm eating her.
And not sharing.
Oh, crap.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't help it. Yes, how y'all doing today?
Y'all,
Wonderful.
I'm gonna put some numbers in the chat. Safe at home and legal something, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna take me a while, so be patient with me.
Okay.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
We all not.
Hey, we all late.
We all.
So who's doing this class? This is Alex. Is this about the podcast? Carla, you send me so many nice little good mornings and sayings, and I went on there to look for that. I said, well, I can't find that. But they are so nice, and thank you so much. I really like them.
You're
They make my
welcome.
day.
You're welcome.
Brenda,
Yeah.
this is Helen. Can I get you to help me type in that recipe during the week?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a call. Will you put your number in the chat? Helen.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bridget didn't call you, Miss Helen?
She called. She was on the line.
Yeah.
And Teresa came in and cut me off. And
Oh, okay.
So I don't. If you have Bridget's number, I'll take her number, and I have just herself. I mean the email.
Yeah, you get that. I don't have her number, but I have her
I have just
email.
the email. So if I can't get in contact with you, I'll call her.
Okay. Have you sent it to Ann? Because Ann puts the recipes in too.
Yeah, she had told me, and I have her number, but I feel bad about reading it to her.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe that's what I'll end up doing, reading it to her, because it seems like I have a shaking disorder and it's a lot of trouble.
Okay.
That's why I gave her the thinks that maybe she would have trouble writing, but maybe she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
I'll get something done and I'll get with you on the weekend.
Okay. All right.
The best day for you, Monday or Saturday?
Well, I know I got to go out tomorrow. I'm going to the grocery store, so probably later that evening or Sunday.
Okay. All right. I'll check in with you then.
Okay. All right. I have no problem helping you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
It's me.
morning.
It's Thelma Lou. Hey, Miss Diane.
Good morning.
How you
Can you hear
doing?
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm putting something in the chat. Y'all all need to copy down. So give me a minute.
Okay.
I can't see with my good ear.
A good ear? Okay.
Well,
I
try
was-
with
I
your
was-
bad eye. Try with your bad eye there.
I was-
Just see with
You
your
know
good
me.
ear. Oh, Lord.
But Diane, both of these numbers are for Safe at Home?
the two numbers at the top is Safe at Home, and this number is the legal counsel for the elderly hotline.
Are the 559 number?
No, both of them are for Safe at Home.
Oh, these are both Safe at Home. Okay. Okay.
Right now, I'm putting
then
the
you're doing
legal
the other one.
counsel for
Okay.
the elderly hotline number.
Okay.
Okay, give me a minute to finish writing everything. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay. Hotline.
I know it's right because I'm copying off the paper they sent me.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Carla, I love your background. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
You in your apartment like I'm in my apartment. I'm in my apartment too.
Got a
That
brand new
is-
apartment.
Yes, that is beautiful.
Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, Brenda, I'm so tired. I'm taking care of two people, and both of us ain't doing good.
What's wrong?
Yeah, but my friend, he's going blind and stubborn, and I've cut his off his cigarettes and his liquor, and he's mad at me and his son. So
Both of the
Yeah.
numbers are in the chat, you all.
okay, thank you. I got legal counsel for the elderly on speed dial.
Okay, well, and the other number is for safe, the other two
Yeah, I
numbers are for safe
I
at home.
copied that down, but I think you had gave that to
Good
me
morning.
before.
Good morning, y'all.
Good
Good
morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
I just got paperwork from them, and so I know the telephone's numbers are correct.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Shoot, I can't have.
And I'm having trouble uploading my pictures on the connector card
You have
to finish
Wait a
it.
minute, somebody breaking up. That's you, Sandra. You say what, Diane?
I'm having problems uploading my connector card, my identification. When I hit finish, it won't finish.
Yeah, I've been having that problem too. So
Did you call Yellow Cab?
Yeah, I got, so they send me the paper.
Oh,
Good
okay.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
is that Sandra?
Yeah, I'm breaking up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
get
still
on-
breaking up.
Get
Yeah,
on
you
your
are
home
breaking up.
Wi-Fi. Get on your home Wi-Fi and stop breaking up. Put your home Wi-Fi on.
It's supposed to be interesting today.
I don't have
You don't have Wi-Fi yet? Well, check the podcast app. Podcast apps. My thing won't even let me get some apps on the phone.
It won't let you do what?
It won't let me get some apps on the darn thing. Some
On
apps.
your,
Yeah, on my
on your iPad?
yes. So they helped me because they kicked me out of
Is this any better?
yeah,
Yes,
that's much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning,
Good
Mr.
Good
Teresa.
morning.
So we start this weekend off with Easter, right? Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is
Yeah.
it? Passover.
Yeah.
Then from the Passover, what do we have? Well, today for some of us, we I don't know if any here, the Good Friday,
Yes.
the death of Jesus Christ, and then
Christ.
third
Yes.
day, Sunday, Resurrection Day.
Yes. Mhm.
So want to wish those of you who are celebrating that or acknowledging it all the best for this weekend. How
Same
many
to you,
are
Miss
anybody
Teresa.
planning to
You
go to
too.
church this weekend?
Definitely, I'm
I
going
was-
to tonight.
I was hoping to
seven
go
last words
tonight
is being
and
preached at
Sunday,
my
but it
church.
don't look like it's gonna happen because I
Yes, I'll be there. Yes, Lord.
Some of you are planning to be at church this weekend.
Yes, uh-huh.
yes.
Ooh, every week, every Sunday.
Okay, well, again, I want to thank you for being here this morning, bright and early, and to look at the podcast app that Alex Bell prepared for us. I get the privilege of presenting it. And we'll take it from there. I learned something new myself, and I'm hoping that you will. Also, do we have anyone who attended the first version?
Yes.
When he,
Yeah.
did you,
Yeah.
did you get anything that you then put to use?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any of you started your own podcast or started listening to podcasts since then?
I went on
Yes.
it, but
Listen to some.
then I
Some
went
of
on
you
and then it
listen.
kicked some of my things off. I was talking to the helpline yesterday. They helped me get back on Zoom because they kicked me out of Zoom twice yesterday.
Really? You mean during
Mhm.
class?
Yes,
During class.
I kept
it happened
disappearing and I was afraid you weren't gonna let me back in, but it did.
Really?
I've
Yeah.
been kicked out a couple of times.
And I've had to go and get the app back on my iPad.
Hmm.
It doesn't go away. And it disappears for a little bit, but then mine came back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so let's see. Somebody sent me. Oh, all right. Oh, Alex says, we start this weekend off where Easter is so thankful. So, yes, for those of you who are celebrating this weekend, all the best. All right, so let's jump right into this presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes or no?
You are.
Oh,
No,
no,
you
Teresa.
are.
I had
But
to. I
the
had
screen
to.
isn't
you.
visible.
No, it's not. You have to
You
share your
and
screen again,
Okay, I
Teresa.
thought or let me try again.
It
It
was
was.
up there.
Try again.
It was up there, but it went away.
It went
Yeah.
away, yeah, that's
It's
the
there.
thing
There
with
it
technology.
is. There it is.
All right, I
It's
see it now.
Mhm. Alex, did you want me to read this, what you sent?
No, I
Or
just
you want to go ahead and, just
No,
go
no,
ahead
no.
and read it? Just go
read
ahead,
what?
Alex, before we get started.
I didn't have anything to say.
Oh, okay.
No,
All
I sent you a text. Just
Oh, you sent me a text.
yeah, that
Okay.
was me, Teresa.
Okay.
I had to reclaim the host. That's why the screen went away. So
Ah,
everyone,
that's
please
why.
keep-
Okay.
Yeah, please keep your TVs and your cell phones silenced, please. Again, we just want everyone to be able to hear. And for this to be interactive, this is the morning class. So just please keep your
Okay.
TV, cell phones silent. Thank you
Teresa,
so
can I
much.
say something before you go? I put 2 numbers in the chat
Mhm,
that you all need to look at, please.
mhm.
Yes.
That's all
thank
I
you,
wanted to
Diane.
tell them.
They're
Thank
gone.
you.
Man.
Well, thank you, Diane. So take note of what's in the chat.
It's gone.
Oh, the chat is gone?
It's not gone. It's if you
The
ever
number-
leave the meeting, you cannot look at the chat after you leave the meeting, Sandra. So I know you went
okay.
out. So it's just for those that were in the meeting. Just because
Oh.
you joined doesn't mean you get to see all the chat, only the chat that you were a part of since you joined the Zoom. So
Mhm. Okay, so today we're looking at what is a podcast? That's the first one. Podcast app introduction, podcast app navigation, and an overview and discussion about podcast. So we're going to look at the first one, which is what is a podcast? The history and benefits of podcast. All right. So a podcast is a series of spoken word and audio episodes, all focused on a particular topic. A podcast series features one or more recurring hosts engaged in a discussion about a particular theme or current event, kind of like a radio show. I don't know if you remember back in the days, you turn on your radio at a certain time to listen to a radio show. How many of you used to do that? Before TV became popular.
Yes,
Yeah, you
I
listen
love-
to a radio show, right?
yes,
And you look forward to it.
yes.
I used to listen to one particular one, James Dobson.
Mm-hmm.
That was a radio show. I used to listen to him. That was a Christian one. And I also listened to which is, he's now on YouTube, Charles Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on TV too.
He's now on TV, but years ago, he started on radio.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what you would call an example of a podcast. He's now doing it on TV. And we now can access it via YouTube.
Mr. Reese, I used to listen to the baseball game with my father. I was real small.
But there you go. Thank you for sharing that. So let's look at a brief history of podcasts. I think this is a little under 2 minutes. It's about,
Have you ever
no, it's
wondered
actually
how
longer than
podcasting
that.
got started? Believe it or not, podcasting is relatively new to the scene. Believe it or not, podcasting is relatively new to the scene. So let's rewind and see how we got to where we are today. In this video, we'll talk about where it all started, or the before time. We'll also talk about how the NFL, the football league, made podcasting possible. So thanks, NFL. And at the end of the video, we'll talk about the Apple Revolution. So as you may know, I started out my live streaming career in the world of internet radio and in the world of radio. When I was starting out, there was this new thing called RSS feeds, where people could start to download audio on demand. They had the ability to subscribe to blogs, which were text, but also to audio clips. This was the simplest way of transferring an audio clip between multiple people, to share it with your audience, if you will, if you'd use modern day terminology. So this is about the year 2000, the turn of the century, the new millennium, where some people were freaking out about their computers not knowing how to turn from 99 to 00. But most importantly, this is where podcasting started. It started in these different technologies. The first iterations were these RSS feeds, these ability for other viewers, for your audience, to subscribe to your content. This way we could start to deliver that content. It wasn't as much audio as it was being used for text content. Definitely wasn't able to be used for video content back then. But this is that first chance that we could be able to create subscriptions, where our people could subscribe to our content, all the way back in the year 2000, which for some of us wasn't that far back at all.
Your audio went out, Teresa. Teresa, the audio went out.
Subscribe. The NFL was experimenting.
Hold on a
The
minute.
NFL of all places.
It works now. You had yourself muted.
Oh, so the mute, if I mute the background, it'll
You
cut off
shouldn't.
the
I just don't know how your system works. So
Oh, well, before, when I run videos, I can mute and play a video. This
yeah,
time I can't. All right, I will continue then. I apologize about that. Let me go back and let's run it. Oops. Let's see if
that's just an image, Teresa.
No, but this here.
Yeah,
is
yeah. Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Have
then
you ever wondered how
can't
podcasting
move
got
it back?
started?
that's an image, Teresa. That's not a part of the video. So just
Yeah,
move.
but it
Yeah,
says
hit
I'm-
that.
Have
And
you
then
ever wondered how podcasting got started? Believe it or not, podcasting is relatively new to the scene. Believe it or not, podcasting is relatively new to the scene. So
Fast forward
let's
around 2
rewind
minutes.
and see how we got to where we are today. In this video, we'll talk about where.
No, that's an image. That's not part of the video, Teresa. That bar right there.
Have
That's
you ever wondered
that's
how
just,
podcasting got started? Believe it or
make
not.
it around 2 minutes. There you go.
Some of us wasn't that far back at all, actually. And to see where podcasting has grown to is pretty freaking fantastic. And if you'd like to exercise your power to subscribe, I highly recommend you hit the subscribe button here on the Visibility Hacking channel. We have new videos for you every week, helping you and your small business level up your influence, your authority, and your income online. Let's help you connect to your ideal audience and nurture them through your communities. Now, not long after we had this introduction of RSS feeds and the abilities to subscribe, the NFL was experimenting. The NFL of all places, I struggled to understand this at first, but when I was diving into the history, it was obvious. What is the NFL's number one motivator? It's not a particular team winning, because regardless, whatever team wins or whatever team loses, the league in and of itself is still making money. The two big things that the league cares about are viewers and money. And so they're willing, in order to get that audience and to get that money, they're willing to put out a lot. And they were looking at these cutting edge technologies and looking at ways that they can use them. So in 2003, the NFL did something totally revolutionary. The New England Patriots launched a new show where they were actually sharing the audio files of interviews that were done at a blogging convention. They were sharing them as MP3 files. That was revolutionary simply because we had never thought about doing that before. This is the first time we're starting to see repurposing of content from offline to online. We're starting to see movement of platform. So our viewers who are usually watching our TV show, if we're the NFL, or they're sitting their butts in our seats at our games, to now they're engaging with our content on a different platform. They're eating up our content in a different way. And that is a beautiful thing. And it's also where we're starting to see this distribution of audio files, these longer form audio files where people are actually listening to them. Now, this is 2003, so it's around the time that we have Napster and we have file sharing and we have all of these different things happening where we're sharing audio files, but it's mostly we're talking about music. Nobody's talking about talk. Nobody's talking about talk radio in the world of internet. They're not talking about sharing interviews. So that was able to continue to grow while they kept a clear eye on what was happening in the file sharing world when it came to the movie and music industries. Pretty revolutionary, all from a sports team of all things. Did you think that was true? Because it is. It's absolutely true. You can look it up yourself. But let me know if you believe it. If you think that was cool. If you remember back in the day, any of these precursors to the podcasting movement, let me know down in the comments. I love your stories. So of course we have to talk about the Apple revolution. So in 2005, only a couple more years later, a couple more years after this NFL thing was happening, Apple finally decided that podcasts were going to be a thing. It only took a couple years to go from the first sharing of audio files to this is going to be something big. This is going to be a platform where people are going to engage. So much so that Apple decided to dive in and start using podcasts as part of their platform delivery. So Apple Podcasts was born, and this became the first directory of these audio shows. So the audio shows, these podcasts that we listen to, are a combination of that first RSS feed, the ability to subscribe, the ability to send out notifications, and for other people, our viewers, to aggregate those podcasts as they came in. We had that technology, and we had the sharing of audio files, all merged together to create this beautiful thing that we call the podcast. And then Apple swoops in and says, hey, we're going to make it easier for you to find all of these awesome pieces of content by creating a directory for you. And that, my friends, is the history of podcasting. Now, what's happening in the future? Well, I'll give you a hint. We got another video talking about the future of podcasting, but the tip I'll give you right now is that the future of podcasting is live video. being able to engage live with hosts and guests and listeners all together. That is the future of podcasting. And we'll show you how to do that with your content. So if you're already producing podcast content, then what I need you to do is click the link down below and download the live stream analysis. I want you to work through that assignment. Look.
Okay, so basically you got an idea of what the history of podcast. So they're great to listen to when you have a free time and when you would usually listen to music. You can listen to the news or articles while completing other tasks. For example, you're multitasking. Okay. One study shows that podcasts simulate mental imagery more intensely than watching or reading and cause listeners to pay more attention. You become better listeners, and at the same time, you're learning new things. All right, so let's look at some facts here. Fun fact one, the word podcast is really, I'm going to tell you, this is new to me, portamanatua, which is a combination of the word iPod and broadcast. Kind of weird in the way that it's pronounced. Then we have fun fact number 2. As of March 2023, which is just a few days ago, there were over 3 million podcasts and 160 million episodes in the world. So now we're going to look at an intro about podcast, the introduction of. The podcast app, which is something that you would have to download onto your iPad. That audio that
Installed, Teresa, so everyone has the app as soon as they open their iPad.
Oh, the app is already downloaded?
Yes, everyone has access to it, Teresa.
Oh, it came with the iPad?
Yes, it's Apple's product, so yes. That's
It's
one of
an
the apps
Apple
we love.
product. Oh, well, thank you. Just learned something new, guys. Always in school. All right, so you discover podcasts that entertain, inform, and inspire. Explore new shows, exploring a variety of topics, including entertainment, comedy, news, and sports. So everybody's got access to that podcast app, which I wasn't aware of. All right, so in June 2005, iTunes 4.9 was released, starting with 3,000 entries. In June 2012, the standalone Apple Podcast app was released along with the iOS 6. We're now at 16, so that's been a while. All right, April 2020, Apple Podcasts surpassed what? 1 million shows. June 2021, right a little after the pandemic began, Apple launched the option for podcast creators to implement paid subscriptions. Of course, it's got to be some money there. It's not all done for free. Third, part of the podcast and using a podcast app that you need to be aware of. Let's look at how does one, now that you have the app, you're going in there to use it, you need to know how to navigate it. So let's look at the navigation features. So you're in your podcast app. If you look to where the red arrow is pointed on the upper left-hand corner, it says here, it says view recommended, recently listened and popular podcasts. So now there's listen now, browse, charts, and search. And of course, under that is the library and then the stations. So that's how you navigate. So if you can look over on my screen, you'll see some of the podcasts that are available. There's comedies right there at the top there, the sports, true crime. I love Dateline. I can watch that. So that would be my favorite. And then there's, of course, history down below. It even gives you the timing, how long they're there. And you see where it says see all, you can see all that's available on that app. And it's a matter of a finger tapping and you're actually watching a podcast. All right, so let's look a little closer at the navigation button. Notice to the left of my screen, something, listen now. So you want to listen to something now. You may just want to just browse to see what's available. Then there's the charts which are listed. Then if you want to look for a particular topic, you can use the search feature. Down below that, then there's the library. Meaning what been recently updated, the most recent ones that have been added, what shows are available, what you have saved. You can also download onto your iPad particular topics that you may want to get back to. And then, of course, the latest episodes. Okay. And then you can create a station of shows you follow. Then there's the playback controls. When episode plays, you see the playback controls at the bottom of the now playing screen. Tap the player to open the new playing screen to see the playback controls. So these are controls that you should become familiar with. The arrow, play. If you want to pause, the two bars to pause. If you want to jump backwards, like replay, 15 seconds to change the number of seconds, you skip back, you go to settings, podcast, and then tap back. If you want to jump forward to change the number of seconds, you skip forward, you go to settings, podcast, then tap forward. Then there's the 1X where it says choose a faster or slower playback speed. If it's going too fast, you can slow it down. Stream the audio to other devices. Yep, you can do that too. I don't know how, but we could probably figure it out if you need to. And then there's choose more actions such as sharing or downloading episodes. You can share with each other. And then there's set a timer to stop the playback after a specific period of time. So these are some of the playback features. All right, so now seems like we have a video here and by our favorite person. You'll see him in a minute, how to use Apple Podcasts. So let's look at, he's going to give us some ideas on what has been shared here on the slides. I'm sure much more than what's been shared so far. So let's listen in.
When I was growing up, there was just the radio and TV to get your news and entertainment. Well, maybe movies and newspapers. But fast forward to just a few years ago, and podcasts began to take root. And man, there is a podcast for every topic under the sun. I have an awesome golden retriever named Cooper. I have an Apple Watch, and I have Apple AirPods. And this is about the best combination ever. Now, I listen to podcasts when I walk Cooper, and we walk every day. Podcasts are awesome. Roll the intro. Hi, my name is Rich. As best I can, I've been releasing videos on Fridays for seniors and beginners on how to use their iPhone and iPad. Simple stuff, really. Basic videos. Videos designed to help you actually get started as opposed to videos that make you want to give your iPad away or worse yet, just toss it into the garbage can. If you're looking for a YouTube channel with easy to follow videos, then please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you do, you'll find a great community of engaged folks learning together. So today's video is all about Apple Podcasts. If you don't know what a podcast is, it's an audio program, kind of like an old-time radio show. Podcasts cover a huge range of topics. You can download them to your iPad and listen at your leisure. And today, I'm going to show you how to navigate the podcast app, how to search for a podcast and add it to your library or follow it, how to unfollow a podcast or remove it from your library, how to save a podcast for later listening, and then lastly, how to manage settings for each podcast. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is how to navigate the podcast app. First thing you do is you actually open it, and it's this little icon right here, this little purple icon with circles and a person in the middle of the circles. So you tap on it, and down at the bottom you'll notice some icons here that you can use to navigate around. But right when you open it, it typically lands on Listen Now, and you can just immediately begin listening to a podcast that's in here. These are podcasts that Apple is promoting. You can also browse for podcasts, and you can do this by top shows and top episodes and news and just things like that. Kind of like this. There's topics, Oscars, movie night, patch notes, top trailers. There's just all kinds of things that you can just sort of browse your way around and look at. Then there's also your library, and here you can see I don't have any shows in my library yet. I'll show you how to add that in just a second. But as you build up a library, this is where your podcast will land. And lastly, you can search for a podcast by tapping on search, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But that is how you get around the podcast app. You can listen, browse, library, or search. Just like that. So the next thing I want to show you is how to search for a podcast. If you just tap on search and you...
Oops, hold on. Sorry about that.
When I was growing up, So the next thing I want to show you is how to search for a podcast. If you just tap on search and you go up to the little space up here where it says all podcasts, maybe you type in business and click search. And now all of the podcasts related to business comes up. And you can choose anything you want to choose. And you can search by any topic that you want. You can maybe search for health. See what kind of podcasts are related to health. And here's a whole bunch of podcasts related to health. And it's a real simple process. All you do is tap on search, put your cursor up in the search bar, and type in what you're searching for. And I don't really know the name of a whole lot of podcasts, so I just have to search by topic, like sports. And you can see all of the sports podcasts that are in here. And that's how you search for a podcast. Pretty straightforward. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to actually add a podcast to your library. So we'll go back to search and we'll type in, I don't know, we'll try finances. And we'll see what comes up. And you've got a whole bunch of podcasts here on finances. So we'll try the Dave Ramsey programs. To add that to your library, all you have to do is tap on it and hold and click on Follow Show. And that's it. Now when you go to your library, there is the Dave Ramsey Show. And when you tap on it, you can see all of the latest episodes that are on here. If you want to unfollow that, maybe you've got a podcast in here that you just decide you don't listen to very much or you don't like, you can just tap and hold and click on Unfollow Show. And that's all there is to it. And now you've removed the app from your library, and that's how you unfollow a podcast. The next thing I want to show you is how to save a podcast for later listening. So we're going to go back to Dave Ramsey. I'm going to hold on it and I'm going to follow it. And then I'm going to go to my library and I'm going to look up all of the episodes that he has here. Maybe this one right here is what I want to listen to later. So I'm going to tap on this little 3 dots right there and I'm going to click on Download Episode. And you'll get a little purple icon there that shows that it's downloaded. And now if you go over to Downloaded, here is that episode that I just downloaded, and you can listen to it at any time you want. And it's very simple. Sometimes you have podcasts that you want to save for a long time. You don't want to just listen to them and move on to the next podcast, and this is a great way to do that. And that's how you download a podcast for later listening. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is how to manage the settings for each podcast. So if we go back to my library and we go back to my shows and we see the Dave Ramsey Show, if you just tap and hold on that, and you can go to settings right here, you get a bunch of choices. You can actually follow or unfollow the podcast here. You can get notifications here. Your iPad will actually pop up a notification that a new episode is now available. You can leave that on. You can sort them from oldest to newest or newest to oldest. You can hide played episodes. So you'll notice over time, if podcasters put out a podcast every week, and after a year you've got 52 podcasts in there, you might not want to see all of those. It can get cluttered. So you can turn on hide played episodes. You can turn that on, and now they don't show up in your library. You can set up automatic downloads to where it automatically downloads the podcast. But you can limit the number of downloads too, to just the most recent, or the 2 most recent, or 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, or a month. I typically just put the most recent, because if I miss one, I just miss it. I don't care most of the time. But that's up to you. You can choose whatever you want. And then you can put remove played downloads, and that way you don't use up all of the storage space on your iPad. And I just leave that on, and that way once I've listened to the podcast, it gets deleted. But if I want to save that podcast, I just download it over there. And once you have all of the settings to your liking, then you just tap done, and that's it. And that's how you manage the settings for each podcast. You know, podcasts are a great form of not only audio entertainment, but also a great learning tool. I guarantee a simple search will reveal just about any topic you're interested in. And though I didn't cover it in today's video, listening to your podcast using these beautiful AirPods just can't be beat. Well, I hope you learned a few things about the podcast app and will dive in and give it a try. Let me know in the comments below if that's you. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do now is switch devices and actually go to the iPad so that you can actually, well, I do have the app here. I actually don't need to do it but I wanted you to show you the mobile one. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you access that iPad. As you could see, I'll be showing that on my iPad, how you can access the app. Okay. Give me a moment and I will get that done as soon as I get my Zoom running here. And share my screen with you. Okay, I'm wondering if you can hear me.
Yeah, you're good, Teresa.
All right, so I'm going to go right now to settings, or actually I have the app visible on my home screen. As you could see, can you see my home screen here? The purple looking app with the circles. So you tap on that. And if you don't see it right there immediately, you can always go to settings and do a search, and it says what's new in Apple Podcasts. This is the first time I'm going there. So let's go in there and look at the various what they have available. As shown here, there's your navigation bar to the left where you can listen now, browse, chat, or you can tap on any one of these and listen to it. For example, I was interested in this true crime one the other day, and I looked at this one and I want to see, this is a podcast. So, and there it is, all the various play. So I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if it will work, seeing I'm on Zoom using the speaker already.
It'll work, Teresa. I did it the last time.
Oh, you tried it? Okay, so
Yeah.
There it is.
Millions of Americans have hepatitis C, but many don't know it. All adults
So
should
this
get
must be a
tested for
commercial.
hepatitis C. Left untreated, the virus could cause serious liver
that's
damage.
basically,
The good news about hepatitis C is that it is curable with medication.
how you get
Player
started
at
in
the bottom,
watching.
Teresa.
Pardon me?
The player at the bottom, so you can, when you tap on it, you'll
Yeah,
see.
no, I started playing it. Well, I started it, so
The
there's your playing
controls.
there.
Talk to your doctor. It could save your life. For more information or to request
So
a
that
rapid hepatitis C
basically-
test, visit surgegnr.com
That must be an ad.
/HEPC.
So as you can see my screen here, it's a very simple approach. Don't hesitate to explore, because there's always more information that we could, that we now have access to in life. We live in what is called the age of information, and it's right here at our fingertips. So dive into it, start looking at some of these episodes. Okay, any questions at this point? Any questions?
My hand, my hand is raised.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I've been playing around with it for some time, and I have in my history, I like science and research, and they have a Star Talk radio with Neil deGrasse and a lot of other co-hosts. And but what I find is, yes, I don't listen to it as much as I would do a visual video. Because I only listen to it when I'm out and I have my iPad with me. At home, if I'm home, then I go ahead and look at the videos. But it has some great research stations where they do science, they do all kinds of things, and especially the crime one. The crime one is very, very good. You know, so this is I don't use it as often as I would like to, but it comes in handy, especially when I'm in a position where I just can't watch it. I only will be able to listen to it. Yeah. So it's very simple to navigate, very easy to navigate.
Yep, as you can see there. Thank you so much. Any other, before we move on to the next slide, which I'm going to begin sharing it.
I wanted to say something, Teresa. This is Diane.
Go ahead, Diane.
I was looking at the biography, and Donald Trump says he used podcasts and Twitter because they're free. So he, instead of paying the television to promote him, he promote himself on these free apps. You know, that's, Donald Trump is smart to me when he don't use money, he saves money. That's all.
Yep, I agree with you. Yeah, he's smart when it comes to that. So why not, right?
Yep.
And if you want to start a podcast of your own, do so, especially if you have, for example, you have a group going now, a community, you may want to start your own. You may have some here in the audience who has something of interest that they've always wanted to share with others. Why not? Anybody there that may want to start their own podcast?
Yes, I have a question as it relates to a podcast that I started, and it came up this time for the the Wow Zone, but I did it like in 2011. So I'm wondering, it's still up there. So I guess I could just go back in and continue where I left off or something, huh? I don't have to start a brand new one. It's called the Wow Zone.
Is that what you're using, the Wow Zone? Okay.
That's the podcast. My podcast is the Wow Zone. But when it comes up, it shows that it says it's not available right now. So I guess I just need to figure out what I need to do to make sure that that we can that I can update it.
Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to look at is 4 things here. Overview, do you have experience? Well, we have one person who shared that they do listen more so than watch. And two, what is one new fact that you learned today? Anybody want to share what they learned today? Anyone willing to share that?
Gracie, I learned how to delete it from the, once you viewed it, you no longer want it in, I learned how to delete it and get it out of the system. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Gracie. Stanise, do you have something you'd like to share?
No.
This is Yvonne. I didn't know there were so many podcasts. My goodness.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that Apple started.
Mm-hmm. That was something that I learned. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I learned quite a bit today because it seems as if every talking head on the news, especially the cable channels, they all have podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Lots of them. So we can't say we lack information, right? Or access to information, to be correct. It's right here at our fingertips. All right, our third one is, what type of podcasts are you interested in? I know I would be interested in the crime one, the Dateline one. Anybody want to share what they would be interested in?
The health ones. Would really like
which ones?
The health ones. Health.
Yep, that would be a great one. Mm-hmm. The health ones. You want to know what's new that you need to be aware of, right?
Yes, yes.
I would think so. Health ones should be really a key to understanding more about your own health. Your own
What
body.
is the Dateline one about?
What? I didn't hear that question, Yvonne.
The Dateline one, what is that about, Teresa?
That's about all the crime that's
It's literally an episode of Dateline, but just audio form. So they literally go through the whole episode, just like if you were watching it, but you're just listening to it. So the podcasts allow you to use your own imagination and what they're saying. And everyone has a different experience with what they listen to.
Right.
Dr.
Thank you,
Gupta,
Alex.
Dr. Gupta with CNN has Chasing Life podcast. That's awesome.
Chasing Life.
Yes. Mental, physical, yes. Emotional health and well-being. Yes.
So you can actually go into the app and search for that. Is that what you can do?
Yes.
Right. You go in there and put
Chasing,
in.
you could just put in probably just Chasing Life. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
This is Wilda Budd. I went into, while we were talking, I went into the app and I touched library or just to see what the sidebar. Now I can't get back to the beginning again. How do I get back? What is it? Browse? Do I go back to browse?
The first button is called Listen Now. That's
yes.
to get to the main screen. So when you hit Listen Now, you can just get to the beginning where they just recommend podcasts based on what you've listened to.
Different ones. Okay, there is a podcast called Her Voice. It's one of the members of my church has a podcast. Since I know the name of it, how do I find it?
You use the search feature in the navigation bar. So you search and then you can search by topic, by name, by author. So you can search whatever you want. So it's up to you.
Can I type it in up there where it says all podcasts?
Yes, you see the search bar when you hit search. It's at the top, just like the other search bars. So you just type in what you want to search, and you'll go from there. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Then the fourth one is, how can podcasts improve your daily life? Anybody have any ideas how it can improve?
Yes, I was thinking that. How you were teaching that it's a better way of taking information in. So I think you could learn the information that was spoken about
like you get a better understanding, better retention of the information. And also people who have visual issues like myself. It's wonderful to be able to have all of this information at my fingertips without having to read it, being able to listen.
Oh, thanks for
Thank you,
sharing,
Louise.
Louise.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
This is James.
Anybody else wants to,
May
how
I
they can
ask-
improve their lifestyle?
This is
Anyone
James.
else?
May I ask a question?
Go ahead, Jen.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, this may not apply to podcasts, but I'm interested. I see it a lot of times when I have a screen full of apps and one or two of them are blank and saying waiting. What does that mean?
Where are you, in the browser?
Beg your pardon?
No,
Are
she's
you
on
in
her
Safari?
home screen.
Yeah, you said it said waiting underneath an app, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you said that means that means it needs to download. So if you have access to Wi-Fi, sometimes over the data an app cannot update because the update is pretty large. So try connecting to Wi-Fi. It might also be because you're on the call. So because Zoom is using the data, the app is unable to update. So as soon as we get off the phone on the Zoom today, go ahead and tap on that icon where it says waiting, and it should start to download the update.
Okay.
All right. So here, as
James never got
mentioned
his copy.
earlier,
Mr. James
some of
wants,
the, pardon me?
Mr.
James
James
was
Nelson was
trying to talk.
make a comment.
Go ahead.
You want, they say you want to make a
I thought,
comment.
James, are you through? Are you finished, James?
Yes, I am. He answered it for me. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. So if we go back here, it says here, podcast stimulates mental imagery more intensely than watching or reading and calls listeners to pay more attention. What do you think about that?
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
works for
Because
me. That's why I listen to them. Sometimes
That's
you don't want to
Mhm.
watch a movie. You just want to hear the words.
Mhm.
Let it resonate in your spirit and see the images in your mind and go
Yeah.
with them. You're not
Mhm.
limited, you know? I like that about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can retain that more so that
Yes.
you what
It's like
you
reading, having audio books, you know, when they have
Yeah.
it dramatized like they do sometimes
you.
with the readers. It
Yeah.
brings it alive to you. And
Yes.
and it keeps me up to date too, because like in the mornings I have my Alexa, you know, get the podcast out. Like I'd say, what's new today? And she'll say, Stannies, this is what's new. So she'll give me the 5 new things that's happening through CNN. And then Routers gives me, you know, whatever. And then I get a what's the weather, you know? And so these podcasts, you know, are really, I like that addition because we learn in so many ways, you know, so many ways to learn. And sometimes just visual, it's like right now, my eyes are tired. I just want to hear something and see it in my mind, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And well, and it's good that you have both audio and visual, because everybody's not an audio learner and everybody's not a visual learner. I'm not audio. I'm not audio, so I require visual. So, but it's good that it has something for everyone, so they can learn in the best manner.
Yeah. You know, since I started having more visual problems, at first it was hard for me to, like, I'm trying to take in, maybe it's the Bible passages or whatnot and try to remember. But the more I do it, is the better I get at actually retaining the information. And I think, like someone was saying, being able to visualize it, like you have your own picture, you know, which helps a lot.
Thank you, Louise. It's also another way of using your time wisely.
Yes,
For example,
yes,
the chap
definitely.
he takes his dog for a walk and he's tunes into a podcast. So he's multitasking at that point.
Yes, that's very true.
Sometimes you're in the kitchen and you're cooking and you could be listening to a podcast,
Yes.
something, and you're learning at the same time. You're multitasking.
Yes.
It also removes you from your own, stresses of life.
Well, that's
Takes you,
true, too.
removes you.
That
that.
it does. Yeah, it does that for me. A lot of times, like you say, I get a little anxious. I'm sitting in the house too much, and I'll go to a podcast, and it'll help me to come out of that mood.
Yes, yes.
Great. Brenda, your hand is up. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I don't listen to podcasts regularly, but when I go on my computer, there's a gentleman that I like to listen to. His name is Brian Tyler Cohen, and he does a lot of political information and showing what's going on in Congress with these congressmen and their committees, and they're questioning people. And I find that interesting. So I think I'm gonna, I don't know if I subscribe, do I have to pay, or, because I do like listening to him occasionally when I see him on my computer. So what are they called? Are they called podcasters, or what would their title be?
Yeah, that would work, Brenda. There's always different titles, so it just depends on who you talk to.
Oh, okay. So he would be a podcaster. Well, he's very good because he shows a lot of stuff that goes on in Congress that we're not aware of. Stuff that these politicians are saying that we're not aware of. So
off camera,
I like that. I like him. He's very good.
Well, thank you, Brenda. Hi, Rita. It's been a while.
I know it. I just had time to get with you. I appreciate it. I just want to say with the podcast, it helps me better my listening skills. Yeah, I'd rather listen than see, because it helps me. It helps me.
You get to use your imagination.
Yes.
At a greater.
Yes.
Yes.
And seeing you, Miss Rita, it's been a long time.
I know it. I
has
did
been.
classes, but by the time I have another client I have to get to at 1 o'clock, so that messes me up with that 1:30.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to get in as much as I can, because I still need to learn. I'm okay with that.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back. We're happy to see you.
And now I use this podcast more often, because I can use it on my phone and just hit my earplugs. I can use my earplugs.
Okay.
On my
All right. Do
telephone.
we have another hand up? Anyone else wants to share about what a podcast can do for them? Or Dolores, do you have anything to share?
No, not at the moment. I'm just taking it all in. Good information, because I haven't used the podcast, so I'm just listening.
So there you. So now, how do you get to use the podcast, Dolores? Where do you go?
It's an icon on the front screen where you can touch. Just tap that.
Right. Just tap it. That's it. That's tap it. And then once you're in there, look at the world. Look at all the library of information available. You don't have to go to your local library anymore.
Yeah,
right there at your fingertips.
that's so true. It's so convenient and such a marvelous resource.
We have both at our fingertips, the library and the podcast. So
yes,
that's good.
Yeah, we can go to museums and do all
Just a
kinds
minute.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that caught my attention, someone put in the chat, Rachel Meadows, and I like listening to her. So I didn't know that she was in podcast. So I think I'll be listening to her in the near future.
I think everybody's on podcast.
Yeah. There's something for everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, Ruth. Ruth Evans. Have you unmute yourself, unmute and talk and share. Ruth, it's good to see you. You're still muted, Ruth. Look for the icon. It looks like a microphone on your toolbar, your Zoom toolbar. It looks like a microphone. It should be either at the top of your screen or at the bottom. The 2-bar with all the various icons on them. Yeah, just keep looking. We'll get back. Once you find it, feel free to share with us. Good to see you. Who else do we have there we haven't seen in a while? Donna Brown. Hi, Donna. Unmute. You need to unmute, Donna. Unmute. You're looking for the icon that looks. There you go. You're
Yes.
unmuted, Donna.
Hello to
Welcome.
everyone. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying it very much.
Right, you're welcome, Donna. It's good to see you. Who else do we have we haven't seen before? Edna Blackwell. And then we have Antoinette Diggs. These are all names that we don't normally, you know. Hi, Antoinette. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing good.
Good. The podcast, is that something you're going to follow up on?
No, I'm sorry. I don't really listen to podcasts.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Okay, who else do we have here we haven't seen in a while? Looking to see. Anybody else that would like to?
Teresa.
Sheila. Yes, Yvonne.
Oh, I was going to say that my nephew, who is an educator in Howard, well, he's in Baltimore now. He's an educator. And he had a podcast, and I so enjoyed it. It was co-hosted with another young woman who was an educator, and they had such interesting topics. And he discontinued it. And I was wondering, did the video cover how one starts his or her own podcast?
You can get that on
Yeah,
YouTube.
Vaughn,
Wow,
just like the other questions that you asked, which are very good questions, I would that I would just Google it and see where to go from there. There's a lot of things that go into that. So if you just use the tools like Safari and your internet to search those,
Yes.
you may be
Okay.
able to.
Of course, I could always ask him directly because he had a wonderful podcast, but it was discontinued. I guess he's working on his doctorate, so I guess he didn't have the time to devote to it.
Yvonne, there's also the YouTube videos that's where I went to look to see how this thing really happens. There's several videos there that actually gives you step-by-step how to get your own podcast started. So watch one of those videos. Gives you an idea. You might have something to share too. I might be interested in listening in on some of your knowledge that you know acquired over your lifetime. You
Yes.
never know.
But, you know, it
I'm
takes
sure.
time and research to
It does. Yeah.
have a regular podcast. And most of us, I don't have the time, but I certainly enjoy learning and listening to independent scholarly perspectives on issues.
Mhm.
And it's better than Facebook and listening to a whole lot of sometimes quirky comments.
Yeah.
I couldn't spend my time on Facebook because some of the stuff is so ridiculous. So I'm not a Facebook person, and I don't rely on Facebook for information of any kind.
Mhm. Well, thank you for sharing. Veronica Alston, how are you today, Veronica? Unmute. Why don't you tap on your microphone and unmute yourself? Tap on it and unmute yourself. And who else do we have here? Do we have anyone else we haven't heard from in a while?
Teresa, there are a couple of hands up. If like
Oh, their
Greer
hands
and-
up?
like
Okay, let's
Greer
go
and
with the hands
Teresa.
up.
Greer
ahead.
and Teresa.
Good morning, all. I am definitely interested in learning and thankful for having learned as much as I did about the podcast. And I think I am going to, check it out and see what it's all about. But what I wanted to share this morning was a follow-up on what Denise had shared with us last week. She told us about the Food for All last Friday. And I called them when we got off the air, I guess. And they told me that I would be able to receive some food today. And I received a call from them this morning giving me a delivery time after finding out that I would be home today. And they gave me a delivery time and told me that I would be receiving a food package. So I just wanted to share that the name of the organization is Food for All, and I have a phone number if anyone else would be interested in.
Yes, I would be. It's actually Food for All DC.
Yeah, so you have to do an intake and then answer a couple of questions, so it's not guaranteed. So
And mine was just delivered.
yeah, so if you could put that number in the chat, Greer, that would be great, so we can answer other questions as well. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you for sharing, Greer.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, Thelma. Thelma,
Okay,
go ahead,
there's
Thelma.
nobody but me again. Now I'm back to all my old iPod. How can I put the iPod information on my iPad, on my, what is it? My little small old iPod. I have an iPod, but how can I get the shows or things to listen to on here? I've got my
There's
message.
an iPod directly, Thelma. You could just go in the podcast app and search whatever podcast that you want to listen to. So why go
And
through all
how
the
do I
trouble?
put it to my portable one?
There's the compatibility between the two, and if you actually have an old device, then it's probably going to be very difficult to transfer, if any or if at all, any information. So just go to the podcast app and start fresh. Okay.
And hit what? Start fresh?
Yes, just
Go
look
to
at
your
music
iPod.
you want to listen to, because again, it's very difficult to, to transfer it, especially from older devices to new, and depending on what you want to transfer. So I would just, again, go on the podcast
Yeah,
app,
like health,
start fresh.
I want to, be listen to health and this, Lord, I can put these in my pocket, and my earphones to just walk around and listen to it when I'm doing things. I wouldn't be sitting and listening, I'd be walking and listening to things. So that's why I want to know how to transfer it from the iPod or my new iPad to my iPod.
Oh.
Because I have a device, how to hook it to my iPod, to my computer to get music off, and that's how I got that also. How would I do the other one? I don't know. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Thelma. Teresa, Durbin.
Go
ahead.
Hello, everybody. This is really very, very interesting. And I listened to the session last time, but I've learned even more things today. I have about 18 months of material that I would love to put on a podcast. And after listening today, and since this material is already together, because I used to do something with it, now I never even thought about putting it on on a podcast. But now after the session today, I'll research and figure out how to take that material and put it on our podcast, and maybe I could put it on once a week, and maybe somebody will be interested in it. Thank you for the class today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So here's something on the chat from Lawrence Bellinger to everyone. He says, my microphone is broken, so I can't speak up. But folks, we're talking about food delivery, and some may want to look into this program. And he gives a link. It's mumsmeal.com. So you may want to check that out. www.meals.com. Okay. Go ahead.
The Office of Aging will help you with that, and usually your case manager, if you have one, and if not, the Office of Aging can help you with that program.
Yeah, most of us should be aware of the program that a lot of us a lot of you guys came from Moms for Meals. That's how you got the information to start the program. So yes, what Ann said, and There are different programs available in DC. So thank you so much.
Okay. Before we wrap it up, I just want to give you one last chance. Anybody has anything they want to share or ask about? Ruth, I see you weren't able to unmute, but that's okay. Maybe you'll learn at some point how to unmute your device.
I hope everyone enjoyed today's session.
Hope you did. Hope you're leaving out here with something more than what you came in with. I know I am.
No, I'm not.
And
No,
I
I'm
look
not.
forward to seeing you all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you,
Oh,
Teresa.
Ruth, you're
Thank
able
you
to
so
do
much.
it.
Thank you, Teresa.
Happy Easter.
Teresa.
All
Thank
that
you.
to everybody.
At 1:30, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruth
Okay.
is able
Bye,
to
Alex.
herself.
Bye, Teresa.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Have a good day.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye, Ron.
Bye.
God
You too,
bless
Barry
you
White.
all.
Have a good day, Barry White.
My
Very
people, my
white.
people, my people. These are my people.
Very white. I like that
Have a
one.
good one.
Love it. Love it.
I love my community.
My people, my people.
Congratulate Ruth Evans for learning how to unmute herself.
Yes, yes.
Hey, for
Say hello,
Ruth.
Ruth.
Hey,
Ruth,
hey, hey.
Ruth learned something
Thank you
new.
all.
All right.
Talk
Great.
to you later.
Enjoy your weekend.
Everybody starts
Later.
there, Ruth. Everybody starts with learning how to unmute themselves. So that's where you began.
Yeah.
So
All right,
feel
thank
good.
you.
You learned something new.
Yeah, like
Keep
that.
coming, Ruth. Keep coming and keep learning. Okay.
Will do.
The
Will
more
do.
you come on, the better, the more you learn.
Yes, I see
That's how
that.
it is with school. That's how it was going to school. The more you
Yeah.
went, the
Yeah.
more you learned. On hooky days, when you played
Okay.
hooky, you lost out. You missed out.
So you gotta come every day.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. You learn so much every day.
Mhm.
Every day. It's a learning experience. Yeah.
Everybody have a
Right.
happy Easter.
The
Oh,
same
yes,
to
you
you.
too,
Gracie.
Yes,
Happy
and God
Easter
bless
to
you.
you.
Resurrection
Hallelujah.
Easter.
Enjoy your
Resurrection
resurrection Sunday.
The
Yes.
stone was rolled back
Yes.
and the tomb was empty. He was gone. Gone.
Right.
This is just to sit at my father's side.
There you go, Thelma. All for us, right, Thelma?
That's
I
right.
love my
All
music. I love my music. I love my music.
You can sing. You can sing, and we can wrap it up with you singing.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
can't
do
sing.
that.
We can wrap it up
Sing.
with you singing.
No.
Thanks, Thelma. Come on, I'm listening.
Now you
Oh.
shout.
I'm listening
Uh,
to Thelma.
Hallelujah, he's gone. Stone is rolled back, gone. Just to
There
sit
you
at
go.
my father's side. Yes, he is, he's gone. The tomb is open, gone. To sit at the Savior's side. Yes.
All right.
Came into
Yeah.
the tomb
Yeah.
of Jesus. Yes. She went to that tomb, he was gone, but the main song is when he was on the cross, I was on his mind. Mm.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Thelma.
Thank you, Thelma.
Okay, yeah, welcome.
All
You're welcome.
right. Anybody else wants to wrap up with their version?
No.
Food for all
Anyone?
DC is the wrong number.
Helen?
Food for all DC is the wrong number. 6990192.
Okay.
690.
Put it up in the chat.
6990192 is wrong.
I have the number.
Go
What
ahead.
is- Put it in the chat.
Why not?
Now we're ready to go off.
Go on and say it.
What is it?
642-6660. If I don't get it in there quick enough.
Yeah, that's why we asked.
202-642-6660.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madeline says she got hers this morning. Good. Thank you
I
for
got
sharing,
mine
Madeline.
yesterday.
That's
I got
wonderful.
mine
Oh,
too. I just started a few minutes ago.
all right. I'm
That
telling
was
you.
very nice.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Very nice
Such a blessing.
selection.
Yes.
Only thing
It
they
is.
gave me asparagus, and I hate asparagus.
Oh,
Ooh,
well, I'm
and I
gonna get it
love
from
it.
your house.
Who want it?
I wish I
Wrap it
could
in
have
bacon.
your
I wish
share,
I could come and get it because I love it.
Wrap it in
I
bacon.
love it.
Yes, because
Okay.
I too passed on the things that I didn't eat to someone else.
Wrap
Yeah.
that asparagus in bacon, Brenda.
You do? No, Ronald, no.
Wrap it in
You-
bacon. Wrap it
you
in bacon. You'll be
You're
Wrap it in
surprised.
some
ruining
bacon.
You're ruining
Put
the
it-
bacon.
Put it in the
Wrap
oven
it in
like
bacon. You'll
Ronald
be
said.
surprised.
Or put
Well,
some
you know,
holiday sauce on it.
I used to hate Brussels sprouts till somebody taught me steam them, but then slice them and saute them with seasonings and whatnot, or onions and seasonings, and it was delicious that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
try a different way of fixing it.
If you can eat
Potato.
if you eat cabbage, you can eat Brussels sprouts.
No, I don't eat Brussels sprouts either. They too bitter.
Oh,
They're
no,
nasty.
that's
Tell
because
me
you're
roast
not
them.
cooking them
I
right,
don't like
baby. You
them.
gotta season them.
They said
So
they
how do you
roast them
prepare
with
them?
butter.
What I do, I do them a couple of different
Oh,
ways.
okay, thank you.
I cut them and like she said, put some onions, green pepper, and seasoning, and stir them around, and they come out real delicious. Put some cheese on them, some butter and sauce. It all depends on your taste.
Yeah.
I hate them
do
too.
you-
I hate
Got
them
some,
too,
how
but I'm
far
telling
do
got
you
some
cut the
lard
stalk?
and fried.
What
What?
you say, Diane?
How far do you cut the stalk?
I say,
The part that's really hard.
you know, I
Yeah.
got
Cut
something
the
funny to
softer
say,
part
Brenda.
off of that and throw away that really hard part. You can snap it. Usually it'll snap and bend and break. Where that
Amen,
hard part
Louise.
ends.
Brenda, I said, buy
Okay,
some
thank
lard
you,
and
because I
fried.
didn't
You're
do that the
welcome.
last time,
Yeah.
and they didn't turn out very well.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that part doesn't really cook.
Hard end off. Cut that hard end off.
Oh yeah.
And saute them in, you can cook them in vegetable broth
Yeah.
instead of water. Put them in vegetable broth
Mhm.
and put
Yes.
top on them and let them steam. Not a whole
Yes.
lot. Not a, don't put them in a whole
Don't
lot
drown
of
them.
broth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I put
Okay.
it in a frying pan and do it instead of in a pot. I put mine in a frying pan.
Mhm.
And
Have you
and
ever had them
Better
fried?
that. Yeah.
You ever had them fried?
Oh yeah, I have them stir. I like them stir fried, but I put
No,
them in
no, I'm
the
talking
frying
about
pan
fried
first.
like chicken, fried.
No, you
Oh,
can
deep
try
fried.
it. You can
Yeah, they
try
did. I had
it.
that.
Better,
Now I've
'cause it
seen
makes
it done.
really good that way. No.
Yes, I was surprised.
You
I
have
was
to try
surprised.
They
different
crunchy.
things.
Uh-huh.
hadn't
Just like
tried
you
it
do
that
fried
way.
okra. Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I ain't
Thank you
eating
very
no-
much. I have some
Now I
that I
say,
bought at the store,
me-
and I didn't. Every time I buy them, they go bad because I don't know how to. I buy them with the
With the
with
asparagus?
I'm going to fix them, but then I never fix them and they go bad.
Ah.
This particular time, I want to fix them.
Yeah.
Cut that hard end off. Cut that
Yeah.
end off.
And like I said, if you don't know where to cut it, if you take it and you bend it where that hard part is, it breaks away from the softer part. So you can just snap it
Yeah.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I got it. So I'm going to fix it today.
All
Yeah,
right.
that'll
then.
be good. I hope enjoy.
Thank you. What about mushrooms? Can
Yes.
that be sauteed with mushrooms?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
green pepper,
Okay.
onions, no.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Green peppers,
Okay.
onions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And put them
All
on
right,
some
thank
fried.
you.
Put it with
Mixed
some
with other
fried
things.
rice
Well-
too. Then you have fried rice and vegetables.
That sounds great. That
Yeah.
But
sounds
I
great.
like, you know what? When I do vegetables like that, I like it over top of baked potato.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's
Oh,
good.
I put
That
it over
sounds
top of my
really
baked
good.
potato. Uh-huh. All the
Yeah,
vegetables
wow.
piled up.
Have you ever tried that purple potato?
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Purple-
yes.
Oh my
That
God,
too
that's
is
so good.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for the white sweet potatoes again.
Yeah,
And I had
those
red
are
sweet
oh
potatoes.
so
Yes.
delicious.
Yes.
Oh,
Sweet potato.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
I love
pickled
like red
potatoes are
sweet
good
potato
with
pie.
in an au gratin dish.
Yeah,
I
make
got
it
an au gratin
good.
dish I make, and
I
they're
like
really
putting
good.
in my pie. Make me a
Mhm.
sweet potato pie with that or a cake.
Speaking of the fresh vegetables, are you all signing up for Produce Plus and also the senior?
Yeah,
check?
I got the
Yes, because that's
I
coming
got
up
my
soon.
card from last year. They sent me a letter and told me to, so I re-registered.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
How did
yeah.
you re-register?
See what's
How did you
going on with
re-register?
mine.
You just
Yeah.
call the
Got it.
Produce Plus thing from last year. If you don't have the number, it's on the back of my card. I can't get to it right now. But
You
whoever
say
is asking, just call me. It's 202 39 excuse me, I didn't mean to give you the house phone number. 202 302 1767.
Oh,
That's
Do they,
Amy.
do they, do they still
302
have them setting up? Because
1767.
sometimes the Eastern
Is that
Market,
correct?
Well, it's gonna start in June
Yeah,
with the
and
card.
yeah,
it's
Eastern Market. Yeah, that's where I go.
it's at
will they
all
still
the
have they will still have them signing up people down there like they used to?
Probably
I
so.
don't know
Yeah,
about
they
that.
probably
They
will.
will get
most
new
things.
people, but if you already belong and have a card, it's
It's
easy.
old. It's
Yeah,
old.
because you have to register before because there's like a cutoff
What's up?
point for the
You see
registration,
anymore?
and now they give you a card that they
Okay.
automatically put the funds on for you to use. So it's somewhat different than it was at first.
You can
Okay.
register online.
Yeah, you
Hey,
can.
Ron, register
you can.
online.
Mhm.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to access. Oh.
Yeah, mute
Yeah,
yourself.
but they
Uh,
start June 1st.
mute
They
yourself.
have different locations where you can go
Yeah.
and get your
Yeah.
produce.
Yeah, because they have farmers markets all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
They even have some in Maryland and Virginia, but it's a very small number. But you can go to any of them. But the first one, how they did the last time, you had to go. Because I even that I went and you had to go for them to first start the program up for you, and then of course you go to whatever farmer markets you want,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they
they
had
have
to
them on
like
But if
different
you have a
days.
card and you didn't throw it away like they told you not to do, if you
Yeah.
still have your card from last year,
Yeah.
then all they're gonna do is just re-up you.
Well,
Yeah.
who
Real
throws
simple.
away the card? Wow.
So I haven't
Because
used it since
people don't pay
pre-pandemic.
attention to what people tell them not to do. You know that.
Yeah.
Plastic card, it's like a credit card. You keep the card until they put funds back on your card.
So I
Yeah.
haven't used it since the
Well, yeah,
pre-pandemic.
because
So
they
I
put
still should
funds
be in the
every
system.
month.
Just call and ask them.
Are you all using, whoever has SNAP benefits, are you also using the bonus coupons, which give you 2 for 1 at some, and then Arcadia gives you 2 for 1 just off your regular SNAP benefit card. But the coupons are very helpful with stretching your dollars at the farmer's market because everything is like half price. You buy a certain amount of coupons and then everything is half price, if you have SNAP benefits.
Where do you get that? Because
I don't have
You
SNAP.
just go, when you go to the farmer's market, they have an information tent. I mean, a little awning for information there. And that's where they can do that. Though you can purchase as many coupons as you want. And like I would get some so that as I walk around the market, I'm not running back trying to get coupons. I'll already have some coupons, and you can buy now. Fresh Farms has where you can buy everything at the market with those. So anything
really?
you want, whether it's raw, cooked food, flour, whatever it is,
You say
So
Fresh
it was
Farms?
very beneficial.
You say Fresh Farms? You mean that's a
Yeah,
particular
Fresh
market?
Farms. Because you have Fresh Farms and like you have Arcadia. Arcadia has 2 for 1 on all the food stuffs.
Where is Arcadia?
Arcadia, like there's one that comes to 6th and Edgewood. There's some that comes like to Parkside, and
They used to come to the
little
library
green bus.
on Atlantic Street. They used to come to the library on Atlantic Street. I don't know. I haven't been
It's
in
a
a
little
new
green
year.
bus. But
Mhm.
they have a website too, and well, when the markets first start, they'll give us like that printout that tells us where all the markets are.
Okay.
You know, that you can ask about, and anything new that and recipes. So the information tent, little awning thing. They
I
have
have
all
the
that
number
stuff.
for Fresh Farms and Produce Plus if anybody wants it.
Yes, thank you.
202.
Wait a minute.
And Dennis, you out encyclopedia.
Oh, I have my information.
Yeah, you're
Thank
good.
you,
Let me
Miss
say.
Good
Teresa.
with the information. You
It's
and that.
202-888
Mm-hmm.
4834.
8, 8, what is 8?
888 what?
4834.
Brenda just she takes good notes.
4834. Huh?
Wait a minute. Can you do that one more time?
888.
Wait a minute. 202.
888
8, 8.
8 4834.
48, 30. Okay, because I don't know where my card at.
Ronald, what you say?
I said you take great notes.
I used to be a secretary, so that's why I do what I do.
Wow.
And the show
This is
Your
what I do.
skills well.
And you are never without a pen, are you?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
There you go.
Mhm.
Never without a pen. That's what a
You're
good one
never
does.
without your tools.
That's right. Gotta have
Right.
that.
Gotta have a pen.
Got to.
Also,
And a
do y'all
pencil.
get the
Pen,
senior
pen and
commodity
paper. Pen and
box?
paper. Pen and paper.
Pen
Number
paper
2
too.
pencil still got. Uh-huh.
Also, do y'all
It's
get the
starting on
senior
June 1st.
commodities box? Groceries, the grocery, is it plus? And then last year they were giving fresh vegetables as well as the shelf stable pantry foods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the grocery plus.
Oh, okay.
Groceries to go. I'm trying to think if I have the right name.
Groceries
Groceries
Plus.
to go, Groceries Plus, right? Because one is a Maryland program and one is a DC.
Groceries
But
Plus is the district one.
it's a DC one, yeah. And Groceries to Go, I think, is Maryland. But they have that's another good program.
What's the number?
Don't you have that, Brenda? Because my book is.
No, I never heard of Groceries Plus.
I'm not on. I'm not where I am. I'm not where my book is.
I never heard of that one, so I don't have that number.
Yeah,
Now, what I do
it
have
used
is
to be
bread
called the
picking.
Senior Commodities Program, but they changed the name.
Oh, okay.
Thing. Groceries Plus. Let's see if that's on my phone.
But who have the best hot meals for seniors?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anybody.
My kitchen.
Does anybody know?
Thank
No,
you.
I mean, that's free
And you know what's
delivered.
in it when you cook it, right?
Absolutely.
That's right.
I'll make a note of that. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about free and delivered.
But they did have, if you didn't get Groceries Plus, I know when I went to the senior center, there's a program that they deliver meals. Well, I think that it
I
turned
know about
into
Mom's meal.
That's Mom's meals.
Yeah, because it turned into Mom's meals for me too.
That's
Yeah.
what my church was getting, Mom meal before the pandemic, the
Yeah.
sickness there. And all.
Are
But,
they any good?
no.
No,
You
They,
change the
they,
menu.
it all
You
depends
change the
on what
menu and
you
they give you
pick.
what they want.
That well, it depends on what you pick.
Yeah.
We don't,
a
we don't get
menu,
it.
and you can pick whatever menu,
pick by the
whatever you
season.
want. And I
And
just try different stuff till I find something that I like.
But you
Yeah,
No, it
still
ain't
have to
happening.
me as
doctor.
well.
And of course their dietary things. So you
Yeah, I
have
know,
to
but well, I
so you
wouldn't pick
so
no,
you have to
no.
doctor it up. If it's
Okay,
if
like when you
have a
open something out of the
special diet.
can. Okay, okay.
And
Yeah.
also, like if you have like physical things that limit your ability to do things, they're good that you can just pop them in the microwave oven, you know, and you're
Oh.
good to go. So that is
Uh-huh.
helpful. And like you said, you do have to kind of look through and try different things and see what you like and what you don't like. But they have quite a large assortment of things for you to try.
And what are the requirements?
Call the officer
Well,
agent.
Okay.
yeah, because I went to the senior center and they sign you up there if you're going to eat at the senior center or if you want something for at home. So, and then they signed me, got me all signed up for Mom's Meals.
Because I've noticed there are residents in the building at the mailbox. They have boxes of Mom's Meals to come in.
Yes.
So,
And
yeah.
now they change where you have to sign for your boxes because I guess they had some trouble. So they come right to my door, UPS,
okay.
and I sign for it. Yeah.
There's always something, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know somebody gotta mess it up for everybody.
That's the truth.
Just that one
You
person.
right
will
about
mess it
that.
up.
Yeah, because they'll make a rule based on something and it'll be that way for years. Yeah.
Here's the
I also
officer
have
agent
the number
number.
for Bread for the City if y'all interested in that.
Oh, that's another good thing too.
Yeah,
Bread.
they deliver
Yes.
can you know, a protein and maybe a vegetable or two. They you know, I think they do it twice a month. You
You no longer have to
get
go
that
there and
twice
pick
a
it
month.
up?
Which is a
They
wonderful
deliver?
thing.
Yeah. And they got 2 locations. So if you guys want that number, I have it.
Okay.
Okay. The one at 1525 7th Street Northwest. Okay. 265-2400. Okay, and the next location is 1700 Good Hope Road, Southeast. Okay, it's 202-561-8587. And you know what? You can also go online to their website and sign up for delivery. They do delivery
Oh,
too.
that
You just
would
put
be
in your
wonderful.
information.
Okay. They weren't doing delivery when I was going there. We had to go in and stand in line and pick it up.
Yeah.
I
But
think
you
Has
know, when the
anybody
pandemic
been to
came
the
out,
new location on Good Hope Road?
I'm sorry.
I've gone there years ago.
Yeah, I used
No,
to
they
go
have a
there
new
first.
location.
Oh no,
Have a
no,
brand new
it's
building.
been some
Yes.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Good Hope Road.
No, I haven't been to that one.
I went
Yeah.
there, but I couldn't stand in line when they were giving the turkeys and stuff away.
Yeah, the
Well,
lines get long. The
Yeah.
lines got long. Yeah.
And so that's why they started helping people who were crippled and stuff.
Okay.
And now I think they'll let your aide, if you have an aide, they'll let your aide get in the line.
Yeah, if you have a
Okay.
profit, if you got a profit,
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
with information. You
Do
get
they
it.
still have the closed profit?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
uh-huh.
They
Okay.
do.
Okay.
They got closed the food pantry, the medical and dental clinics, the
A
Legal.
clothing
clinic?
closet.
yeah.
Can you give
A
the
lot
numbers
of
again?
things. Yeah.
Can you give the
Bread
numbers
for the
again?
city.
For which one? Both?
Yeah.
Okay, 7th Street, 265-2400.
All right.
Okay, Good Hope Road is 561-8587.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Okay.
share something with you about the Mom's Meals. The
I-61,
Mom-
Johnson 1.
Stop it, Southeast.
I want to share something with you about the Mom's Meals.
Okay,
Mom's Meals
call the
budget.
officer agent 202-724-8255. 5626.
I seen that in the chat.
Do you have a case manager?
Who?
If whoever was asking, if they have a case manager can do it quick for you quicker. But if you call the officer agent, they'll give you where you need to be. Because some seniors don't have case managers.
Yep, that's me.
A lot of them don't.
Me too.
A lot of them don't.
I don't have none.
Okay,
Thank you.
I have a question, and I hope someone can answer it. And if okay, now if you were raised in the country, you probably know, but if you weren't, you may know. Someone gave me a fresh chicken.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute,
Okay.
a fresh chicken, like
Fresh
they just
white
chopped the
chicken.
head off and everything, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they give it to me often. They just tough. Is that it's because they walked around and things like that? Is the
May
meat
be
tougher?
older. We at the supermarket, we get very young chickens. It may be a little older chicken.
Chicken
You know, it's
hen.
sometimes you
right.
need to stew it or make soup because it may be an older chicken that has to cook longer.
You
Or
can bake
hen.
it too.
Even
Yeah,
though
you
it's
can
what
done,
we
you
used
still
to
have to
do,
cook it
To
longer.
bake it.
yeah. But what my
Yeah.
grandmother used to do, she always soaked her fresh chicken in salt water.
Okay.
You soak it in salt water for a while, and then she would bake them or stew them with dumplings like that, but bake them. I like them baked. And like you said, that because people in the farm, they killed their chicken at an older age. The city kill them, can get them at a young. They cook. They sell their hens as chickens. You know,
Yeah.
they get the younger age. You know.
Yeah.
Now another question is because the chicken that we get at the supermarket is factory raised, so they don't
No.
get to move around.
No,
Yeah.
some of them are farm
Some of them
raised.
are outdoors now.
Yeah, they're
Right.
farm raised.
So that's what I'm saying. Are the ones that walk around tougher because they have?
No, that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Okay.
They just don't, in the country, they just don't kill them as early as the people who are selling them for profit.
Okay. I thought I was doing something wrong.
No,
Yeah, usually they've had them laying eggs and whatnot. And when the chicken is older, then they kill the chicken, as opposed to people are just raising them for food. You know what I mean? They have some that do eggs, but some are raised from the moment that they're born to be slaughtered. Those
And
are
all you have to
younger
do is
children. Yeah.
look at the size of the chicken wings and the
Oh,
thighs.
for real, yes.
The younger ones, what, smaller wings, smaller legs.
Yeah.
And then the older ones
and they all
have
small.
more fat.
What I get, it's like small breasts, small wings, small legs.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they don't give them too long to live.
Yes.
But
they
ain't
still
nothing
come.
wrong with me, okay. And let
It
me
just-
ask
I
you
guess-
this. When you okay, what color is your chicken?
I've had yellow and I've had white.
Now something wrong with that yellow one, because chicken's supposed to be white. Chicken come out with white skin. No yellow around the leg or the wing tip.
Okay.
That means they ate something that, from my understanding, searches, most of the chicken they have all that yellow around the leg, like in the store. Them steroid chickens. They were tiny and they made them, blew up big.
Right,
Blow them
right,
up big
right.
so they can sell them,
Yeah.
And that's why when you eat them, their meat, it's not really tender. It's just so loose, it falls off the bone.
And it doesn't
Right.
have the flavor.
No, it
Right.
don't. The flavor, the taste is go. You gotta use so much seasoning to get a good chicken taste.
Well, this guy told me that what he had. He said, I can either give you a soft chicken or a hard chicken.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know, my
Yes,
young
he said
one,
the
Africa
soft chicken you
call
could use for like regular cooking, but the hard chicken you have to stew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Or they
learning.
roast- Yeah. The aides that I have from Africa, they too talk about our soft chicken, whereas their chicken are hard and tougher and whatnot. You know, it just needs a little more cooking. But the flavor is usually stronger because it's been raised differently. and it was allowed along.
Years.
Yeah.
202
Okay, okay.
3349.
We used to have some chickens that was about the size of the daggone
With
rooster.
Food for All DC.
Thank you, ladies.
Hey, well, I've got to go, people. I got to get it together here.
Okay, and God bless and keep you.
You
Hey,
and
now.
God, everybody have a blessed Easter.
I will.
Yes.
I'll be in that
everyone.
house.
Enjoy your resurrection Sundays. Yes.
I will. I may not be at church, but I'll be looking at church on my iPad.
So will I. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I may not be able to go because I think the person that usually takes me is out of town for a funeral, so I won't be able to go this week.
But you'll still be there with the Lord.
I'll be there
Spirit.
because I'll be on my
Spirit.
iPad
And in truth. Yes.
at church. Okay. See you. Have a happy Easter, a blessed one, and God bless all of you.
Thank you.
You
too. Amen. Thank you so much.
God bless everyone.
God bless you
Bless.
too. Thank you so much.
Hey, Brenda.
Hey, Denise, how are you?
I'm good. I called that place yesterday. The lady said they don't deliver.
Who don't
They say,
deliver?
what is it, Wilder?
Oh, a wider circle.
A wider circle.
I didn't,
She
you know what?
said-
I didn't think so, Denise, because
They
I
don't
went out
deliver.
there years ago and I had to bring my own transportation.
Yes,
So
yes.
That's what she said.
who said they
I said, well,
delivered?
someone told me that y'all deliver. She said,
Yeah,
no.
wasn't me.
And
don't
also
deliver.
they'll try to make sure you have the way to get the furniture home before you come in to get it. They'll try to make sure that that's all squared away.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
and-
bring your own U-Haul.
And
Yeah.
she said
Yeah,
you
you
need
gotta
a
bring your own
and
truck.
she also say you need an appointment.
Yeah, you
That's
do.
right.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said you can't just walk in.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
I was like, oh,
And
okay.
usually you need a referral.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, when I got mine, I didn't need a referral. I just called them and made an appointment.
Me
And they
Was that
either,
a long
but I
time
just didn't have a
ago?
truck.
Yeah, just
Was that
bring
a long time ago?
Yeah, it was. It was
Before
a long time ago,
pandemic.
Teresa, yeah. So something must have changed. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
who
but
you get, who you get the referral from?
well, that's the people who have case managers. You know, you need to call really and speak to them and see what you do when you don't have a case manager. Because then they
Right.
probably make other arrangements. You know?
I used to have one, but I don't know if I still have her.
Or,
or not.
or I don't know if like you can get it from Grid for the City or someplace like that as well. But you can call and ask them, you know?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
I had a fire, so Red Cross referred me to them, gave me a referral for them.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Everything you need a referral. You used to go to doctors and make appointment. Now you gotta have a referral, something from the doctor. And
Yeah, somebody else.
That's
say
just
you
extra
need-
paperwork for no reason.
That's
It's
why
about the
You got all
Benjamin.
that food up there, girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's about the
I have
Benjamin.
food.
Just about the
I'm looking
Benjamin.
at
No,
that
That
food.
old plate up there.
no, that was my
It looks
Easter dinner.
good.
No, thank you. That was my Easter dinner. I already ate it.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
It looks good.
No,
You got
I
it
got
going
that.
on there.
Yeah, for real.
But look, I got that
Make me
picture of
hungry.
I got that picture of one of the backgrounds. I just put
Okay.
in look, I put in soul food Easter dinner.
Okay.
Oh, that was
So
Wow.
you put in soul food, see they give you the food we eat.
Yeah.
That look good.
I say I'm gonna
looks
calm them
good.
today.
That look
I
like
say I'm
something
gonna
I
calm them
fix.
today. I say I'm gonna put some food up there.
Yeah.
I wonder if they made the cornbread with cream corn. You ever made your cornbread with cream corn in the can?
I've heard of that.
No,
Oh
how do you
yeah,
do
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
I
I've
haven't
never
tried
done.
that.
It's delicious.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
that's been
Or
a
just
good
like make.
recipe in the book, Brenda.
Huh?
Who said that about the cream corn?
Oh, that
That'd
was
be a good
Teresa.
recipe.
Teresa.
Teresa, that'd be a good recipe.
Yeah, I never did
Yeah,
it
it
though. I
would
just saw it
be.
and I ate it and it tastes good.
Cause
Yeah,
it
it
tastes
sounds
good.
good. I like
I never
cornbread
tried it.
too.
Heard it's good.
It probably
Oh,
didn't have enough sugar in it. You gotta have a little sugar with that.
Yeah.
With the cream corn, yeah. I've had it
The
that
oh,
way.
the cream corn helps to make the cornbread moist.
Yes.
You know,
oh,
yeah.
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 oh, wow.
Yes.
I never
Wow.
tried. I heard about. My father used to put that little Mexican corn in his in
Oh,
his
I bet that was
bread.
good.
That
Mhm.
little
Yeah, that
teeny
probably
can.
tastes really good. Yeah.
It did. That little teeny can. He would mix it up in his cornbread. That Mexican corn.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's good.
good.
Uh-huh.
Make it a little spicy.
Yeah. But it was really good. I
Yeah,
said,
You
that
get the right,
sounds
you
I
get
said,
the
good.
go
right
ahead on
crust
that.
if you cook it in a cast iron pan. Cook it in a
Yeah.
cast iron pan,
Oh,
you know, get it
yeah.
hot
Oh, then
and
it
put
comes
some
out
oil in it, then
Yeah.
put your
oh,
batter in it.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
You got something good.
I
I
wish
like
I could
the
still eat it.
pudding too.
It
Yeah.
I like
turned on
cake
me. Cornbread
cornbread.
turned on me.
What
Can't
you
eat it
mean?
no more. And that looked good.
Why? Why?
Um,
Why? It's too
I
coarse for your stomach?
I can't do wheat or grains or anything like that. So there's no bread.
Oh,
So
Oh,
there's no cornbread stuffing.
is it gluten
yeah,
free or something?
Basically, yes. You
yeah.
know, corn. I can't do the corn either.
Uh-huh.
Mom's,
Oh,
Mom's Meals
Wow.
have gluten-free diet. One of the menus at Mom's Meals is gluten-free. You can choose regular or gluten-free. I use
Yeah,
the
but
That's
gluten-free.
good. That's
thank you.
good.
But I've learned that I have to cook my own to make sure I know what's in it.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
You know, some seasons, you know, you get older and some things like, remember when you could eat that potato salad with them green peppers and onions and celery?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sometimes
No more green
as you
peppers.
get older, it turns on you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But don't bother
green
me
pepper
yet.
turned on me.
Well, you one of the lucky ones.
I eat
Yeah.
celery every day. Celery and carrot. And ranch
Yeah.
dressing. Yeah, that's my salad.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. That's how I
Yeah,
keep my pressure down.
And
I
I'm
do the
blessed that
celery,
I
but not the
can
raw,
eat
not the
most things.
raw onions and the raw green peppers.
Yes, I can.
Mhm.
I
I
can't
can
do
bite
them
into
anymore.
an onion. I love me some
Yeah.
onions.
I'm blessed that I still can eat
And you are.
most things. I eat anything I want. I don't know if there's
That's
something
me.
that
Uh-huh.
really will give me a problem. I haven't found it yet. So I'm blessed in that way.
Still me and my what is it? My Jello and my
Uh,
peaches. I never could eat that and still don't. But every meat,
mhm,
every other vegetables, I still can eat it, but I eat them moderate. I can
mhm.
eat pork,
Right.
you
Yes.
know, but just like this Easter time, we'll have a choice to have lamb chop or either ham. I wouldn't be eating both, you know. I wouldn't eat both. I would eat one, you know, one or the
Uh-huh.
other. And if I eat ham there, then that means I can't eat no ham during the cookout Memorial Day or 4th of July. So I was wait to save it like that.
Mhm.
And I do turkey the same. I do fried chicken. I eat fried chicken like what? I don't know. I think maybe every other because you know, when I got fried chicken, the whole fried chicken, it was a holiday or it was something to honor somebody. Other than that, I had chicken feet and chicken necks. That's what
How
I
you cook
ate.
chicken feet? Somebody sent me some chicken feet.
Huh?
Me. I love chicken feet.
I said,
Don't
how
give
you?
me saying no more. They taste the
Oh,
same
how
as
you
the
How do you?
chicken, but
Wait. They sent me the chicken.
Oh, I
They
want them
sent me.
chicken feet.
Wait a minute. They sent me the chicken and the head.
nah, take the
Okay,
And
head
now you
off
know
and
with
take
the
the
head
chicken
now.
neck.
I spazzed out.
No,
I can deal with them feet though.
nah, not the toenails ain't cut.
So I just threw them in the freezer
You don't
rather
cook
than
it
throw them
with the
away.
toenails.
So what do?
Well, you gotta
You
clip
batter
the
them and fry them
toenails.
like you do a
You,
regular
Clip
chicken.
the toenails.
you gotta clip the toenails.
Yeah.
And what I do is I parboil it for about 10 minutes and then take it out and you clean it and scrape it, you know, scrape the bottom of the feet. And then you wash it off real good. Then you put it back, you know, in some clean water and you put your seasoning, your onion, your celery, whatever seasoning you like, and you cook it that way. And it cooks in about, well, it depends on how many you have, but it usually cooks in about maybe an hour or less than that, because the meat,
Less
you
than
can
that.
just suck the meat right off the bone. Yeah.
So I gotta get a chicken feet a pedicure.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, indeedy.
Okay. So I'll just they sent me a little bag, so I'll just throw them out, and you cut them with the scissors.
Scissor, yeah, whatever sharp instrument.
Toenail clipper. You better use a toenail
cook it
clipper.
real good, clip them real good. And then you know what, Madeline, you don't need a whole lot of water in them, because the juice from the chicken feet is going to make it the water kind of thick. And you can, I usually make a pot
Like
of rice
pig feet.
and put that juice over the rice. Oh my God, you talking about good. And I like mine a little spicy too.
Uh-huh.
Like my chicken feet fried.
Yeah.
We know
Ain't
some
enough
we
meat
got
on
it. We
it
could
to
clean
fry.
it.
So I've eaten many of different animals, but I've never eaten feet. So that's gonna take me. That's gonna take me a minute to get used to that.
I ain't no cow feet. No.
You ain't no pig feet.
Yeah, years ago, I can't eat pork.
I don't eat pig feet. I used to eat pig feet once a year.
Give me my fried pig feet.
And I
barbecue
haven't ate no pig feet in about 20 years.
Yes,
I
fried
used
pig
to
feet.
eat it once a year.
I ate them barbecue, but I never ate them fried.
Oh, deep fried
I
and
never
chokers
ate
in the crock pot. Woo.
I didn't know you could fry
Everything
'em.
be hard. The
I
skin
didn't
and
know it
all.
either.
I've never known
crunchy.
anybody to. That's something
But
interesting.
you know what? With all that
Right.
fat on it, I guess it could fry up kind of crispy.
Well, you know, when you fry 'em real hard and bake them real hard, they chop it up and make crackling bread with that.
Oh yeah, on this.
They make that with the crackling bread.
Yeah.
That's how they get the crackling bread.
Oh,
And my
okay.
grandma would fry her because bacon was longer and it was quicker to fry pig feet. Just get the skin crunchy and hard. And then the meat will still be juice up, and I'd be waiting for the bones. I'd be sitting there waiting for the bones.
But I used to eat pig ears and pigtails.
Nah, I left
Yeah,
them
yeah,
alone. Left that
yeah,
chicken.
those.
Put some
didn't
vinegar
eat
and
the
hot
tail.
sauce on them. They was
Yeah, you
good.
gotta have hot sauce with your pig broth.
Right.
And vinegar.
Then my
But have
mom
you ever
best
ate his
friend,
tongue?
my mom's
No, the
best
cow.
friend, her people was West Virginia, and that was the first time I heard about fried chitlins.
Yeah.
Right. What you say?
I've never
chitlins?
had them fried
Yeah.
chitlins.
Yeah. Twisted up. Fried
Ladies
chicken
and
side up in the
gentlemen.
knot. Choom.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you Monday. Y'all have a nice Easter.
you
Bless
too.
you all. I
You
won't
too,
be back
Doc.
for 1:30. Y'all have a nice Easter.
Oh, you too.
Thank
You
you,
too,
you
Diane.
as well. God bless and keep you.
Okay, take care.
Happy Resurrection Sunday. Okay.
Get in your car, Diane, and take off.
I don't have a car no more. I had to give it up.
No,
I
it's
had-
right there behind you.
Okay, y'all take care.
You too.
Diane.
Do you ladies know that Amtrak got a after hours program that you can go from Washington to New York for $20?
Oh wow.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, what
Is
is
that
Wait a
one
minute.
way?
That's one way, but it has to be like the early morning or the late night trips.
Yeah.
And they're much cheaper. Cause I was looking today and I could go to Philly for $20.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
it's Amtrak. It's called an Amtrak after hours. Amtrak after hours fare, something like that.
Yeah. Because you
I
can
guess
use
I'll be going to
After
pick up my
hours, they
daughter.
talking about nighttime
and
and
then
morning.
spend
huh?
the whole
Early
day
morning,
doing
like
something. Come back.
my train would have left from Union Station at 4 something in the morning.
Shoot,
I know
Like
that,
you
but I'm
get
just
to Philly
saying
at
for $20.
or New York,
Right.
8 something,
Good
you're
deal.
gonna spend your day and then come back.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
So when you come back, what time you have to come back?
You can come back regular time. You can come back regular time, or you can come back after hours.
Yeah.
Now the regular
Well,
time
what
is
would
going to
be
be their
that
regular price.
hours for coming back?
Oh, the regular price if you come. Oh, okay, but if I
What
come
would
back,
be the after hours pricing for coming back? What hours are they talking
One is
about?
probably the
Coming
same.
back.
About the same. About the same. If you
But you
come
come
back,
back 12
probably
o'clock at
after
night though.
12.
You come back
You
late
know,
at
late
night.
night. Late
12.
night.
Okay.
No,
Late
you
night.
come
It's
back
late
late
night
at
and
night.
early morning.
And then, like I said, you
Uh-huh.
get back here in the morning. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Oh, that's not
Yeah, I
bad.
like that.
Because nobody's riding a train at that time of night and morning.
Right.
Nobody riding because all the crashes they had.
And you could just
I know my
rest and
niece
relax.
stopped riding. She stopped
Right.
riding because of all them crashes that especially that one up there. What was that thing by Delaware somewhere?
We're talking. I can just continue.
Well, they still have a pretty good track
But
record.
I have myself on mute.
Uh-huh.
Let
Yeah.
me wait.
Now she have to do the commute bus from New Carrollton to her job out there in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Because you can get to Baltimore for
Richmond.
$5.
Huh?
You can get to
Well,
Baltimore for
I
$5.
can go to Chinatown and get one of the Chinese buses and go to New York for $8.
Oh, I don't like that
Yeah,
Chinese bus.
but I got long legs,
It
and
be
I'm gonna
dirty.
smack somebody in the back of their head.
My niece she used to ride them jumpers. That's dangerous.
If they put their seat back and send my knees into pain, I'm gonna slap somebody in the head.
Hey,
Mm.
Madeline, I'm with you. I agree with you. I got long legs too. At least on the train, you can get up and walk around.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you can move around. On the bus, you kind of restricted, especially if it's jam packed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that $5 to Baltimore, is that for after hours also?
The cheaper price, yeah, the after hours. And what you do is you go there, and I think it's called, I think it's called After Hours, but you can find it, if you on the internet, and you put they only do the East Coast. They only go from like DC north.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they go DC north. So it's, because down south they don't have too many trains that run down south that kind of
Right.
kind of hours. But let me tell you about this woman. I'm going to Atlantic City. You're going to the casino. And casino buses be packed, right?
All the time.
All the time. This woman put her seat back. And I asked her, I said, ma'am, my knees are hurting me so bad. Can you please raise your seat? She raised it and put it right back.
My goodness.
So I had a radio, portable. I had a portable
I'm gonna see
radio.
y'all ladies. Let me go.
All right. I had a portable radio. I turned it up high and I put the speaker right behind her on her seat. And then I kept changing the station. When she would get used to one station, I would change it. And it would, she didn't come back on the bus. She didn't come back. But if she was gonna put me in pain, I'm gonna make her uncomfortable too.
There's more than one way to skin a cat, ain't
There you
Sure
go.
is.
I didn't have to fuss and have a great scene. Just what I did. I put the speaker right against her, right by her head, the back of her seat.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't get mad, get even.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
I didn't want to get put off the bus.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
goodness.
anyway, I hope it's because vacation time is upon us. And why don't you just, you have a way to do it cheaper
Take a day
and
trip.
save money.
Yeah.
And that's
But
like
that's
a
a
day
good
trip.
idea,
I wonder.
Madeline.
I think you can use that connector card. Cause see, that's on.
You
ground.
can.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You
Yeah.
sure can.
Cause
Yep.
it's on ground, right?
I've used mine to go to MGM, so you can use it wherever you want to go. It's
Right.
strictly transportation, so
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
using it for transportation.
We just can't
And
get
I
on.
heard they used to use it for air flight too, but they
I
stopped
They
that.
cut that out.
I heard that.
They cut the planes out.
Right.
Can't use those
okay.
anymore.
Because I was ready to save up and make a trip.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, sure can. But that's good though. We can, we have all these privileges, but we better use them before they be taken from us.
You're absolutely right. And I make use of mine.
Yeah,
I do too.
I do
Me
too.
too.
Yeah, because I appreciate it all.
Because a lady from what's the other? What was Seaberry? She
Yeah.
said that people were not using the money on their card.
Oh,
And I'm like,
that's so sad.
why?
That is crazy.
And
And you know
of 'em
what?
prob-
When I first
some of 'em
signed up
probably
for
don't know how to-
Seabury, I had to pay. I had to
Because
pay
of the income?
Yeah, I had to pay $56 to get $100 on my card. But
My
when they
husband had to pay
switched over
35.
to Yellow Cab, I asked them, well, what do I have to pay? And they told me I didn't have to pay anything. So I get $100 every month on the 26th. So I think you
That's how
have to
they
use
did
it
my
up when you get over
They did
200,
her.
I believe.
I
You
think
can
it's
get
up
you
to
can
three.
get you can get 3.
I
You can
think
get
up to 3.
you can
Up
get
to
3,
300? Okay.
but here's the thing. Every
Uh-huh.
month I put money on my Metro Access card
Yeah,
because
my
it has to
sister-in-law do.
be under $200 for you to get that next $100.
They get
Right.
charges.
So it
Okay.
could be $295, and if it could be $290, it could be right. It could be $195, and then when the time comes for you to get your money, they'll give it to you. But if it's $200, they're not going to give it to you that month.
Are you talking about Metro Access or the taxi card?
I have the connected card connected to my Easy Pass on my Metro Access.
What do you mean connected? What do you mean?
When you go, okay, you just go to Easy Pay.
Right, I do.
And you put that card in your files and take the money from that card.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I could
Yes,
take my
ma'am.
taxi cab card and put it on file at Easy Pay for Metro Access, and they would take the money from there. Wow.
I haven't had to get them money in months on the Metro Access.
That's the way my girlfriend do hers. She gives to Metro Access. Put in. I think she said she give them like $100.
Right, you can put in whatever you. I don't know if there's a limit, but you can. I put in. I make sure I have at least $150 on my Metro Access card.
Yeah, she do too.
Right.
And also you can load some money onto your Smart Trip. You go, so if you want to ride subway or buses with your Smart Trip card, you go to the center, where you can load your money on the card. You just take your connector card and you take your Smart Trip card, you go to the machine and you load money onto your Smart Trip from the connector card, just like if you was using one of your credit cards or something. I can take money off, put it on the Smart Trip. You do it the same way, but if you get confused, just ask the attendant. Because I have another girlfriend, she do that. She load her Smart Trip card out.
So she doesn't have Metro Access? She doesn't have Metro Access?
No, my other girlfriend, no. She just used bus or rail.
Okay.
So she put money on her Smart Trip card, the same way y'all doing the Metro Access. Now, my other girlfriend do that with the Metro Access. She put money on that. You could. It's a lot of ways to do it. Because they want you to see if you're using that.
So the way you're talking about with the card, with using your taxi card, I call it the taxi card.
Okay.
Using that with the taxi card along with your Metro Access, by you hooking it up together like that, you don't ever have to worry about not spending all your money on your taxi card and losing part of it, correct? Because it's being used all the time automatically from your Metro Access.
Right. And you don't have to worry about having to go in your pocket and having the correct change. You know, when you get on the vans, you don't have to
Yeah, I
worry
use-
about that.
Yeah.
So, and I
Connecting
use
those
it,
cars together, that's what's valuable for me.
right, and I
Do the
use
two
mine for
cars
Uber too.
together. Yeah, yeah.
You can use it with your
I know
Uber.
about Uber. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do too. I use mine Lyft and Uber. I have both of the accounts on my, you know.
Right.
But I could use Lyft and Uber. Uh-huh. It's
So they
very
give you,
handy.
if they give you something, use it.
You
Yeah.
better,
Yes.
you better use it.
Never know when it be taken from us or lowered down.
Exactly.
And like you say, they might end up making you put money toward it again, or we
I
don't know.
know it.
Yep. My girlfriend had
That
to
was
do
the
that.
best news I
Great.
heard when they told me I didn't have to pass it.
I mean, my sister-in-law, yeah, she say she was paying too. She say, but now they told her she didn't have to.
I know it. I don't know what happened, but I'm not questioning anything.
That's what she said too. She say she ain't question it. It's a very good program.
I will not ask why.
Look, some of the people in my family, they say, dang, y'all get a lot of stuff. They say, I can't wait till I turn 60. I say, They say y'all get iPads and connector cards and get free food and they say y'all got it going on.
Girlfriend, she lives out in Maryland, and her name is Denise Jackson too.
Oh,
and
really?
I was telling her all the stuff I get. She said, "Oh, we don't get nothing in Maryland. They don't.
No, they don't.
But it's
no Virginia either. Virginia either. They sure don't.
Virginia's a little better though. Virginia's a bit
than
better.
Maryland. Yeah, better than Maryland. Yeah, but they be jealous of us.
Of course they do.
Well, I'm so sorry.
they do.
They be saying we
I'm
moving
so
to DC.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know.
But
They
you know,
say
and I tell everybody, go if you can go. I've taken for $6.50. I've gone to Germantown, Maryland.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's so many things you could do, you know, and they still really not putting, if you have the Metro access, and it's for everybody, it doesn't go according to income. It goes according to your ability or disability. Because some people, I can't get it because I'm not a senior, but if you have a disability, you can get it.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
And I say, go do what you can. You know, see, I make good use of time.
Would you all tell me how I can get Metro access to take me from here out to Fort Washington, like at Old Fort Hood Road? Because every time they tell me they can't go that far.
That's because it has to be a bus stop or a subway within a certain distance. Because there's some places I can't go.
And this is Metro access?
Yeah, there's some places I can't go. Like where we
They
have
take you wherever you need to go.
No, it has to be where it has to be. They go to
Road, they don't go there.
Well,
they go there. They go there. Women, they go there during the week. They may go there during the week.
No,
but
they don't take me during the week.
Okay. Well, I have where we have our family Christmas. If it's on the weekday, I can take Metro access. But if it's on the weekend, because the buses don't run on the weekend, they won't take me.
What the bus got to do with it?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what that got to do with it?
Because it has to be a.
I thought it had to be. Oh, go ahead.
I
thought it had to.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's the question? Go ahead.
I thought it had to be like 50. What was it? 50 feet from a bus stop if they had to take you.
No, it's further. It's about a quarter of a mile or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, a half a mile. It was a half a mile. Was it a quarter now?
I don't know. I'm just saying, or something like that.
But because I used to go to church in District Heights where they had no bus transportation on the weekend, and Metro Access took me.
Okay, well, I can't. They won't. Because we do our thing on Christmas Eve. If Christmas Eve falls Monday through Friday, they'll take me.
Yeah.
But if it falls on Saturday or Sunday, which they don't, their bus is not scheduled to run on Saturday and Sunday, they
Uh-huh.
won't take me. And there's another place that I can go Monday through Friday, but since they don't have any weekend buses, they won't take me.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's
Well,
okay.
you say weekend buses.
It's
What do you
okay.
mean
It's
weekend
okay
buses?
because I got to connect the card and I can take the Uber.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh, could you all
Uh-huh.
give that information again about the Connect card? Because you were
It's on-
talking about that and I missed part of what you were saying.
It's on DICO. If you push that and push transportation,
Uh-huh.
and it'll pop up, you'll see it down there, say connector card.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh, and you go from there. You can do application online, or you can call, you can go to their office.
Right.
Do
Oh,
that.
where are they?
Ladybird
They're in
Road?
Northeast.
Yeah,
What
no,
are they?
Northeast, the number is 202
Go ahead.
1214.
Love you.
You said 202-214?
No, 202-544-1214.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Brenda,
welcome.
you
Yeah.
have what I used to, when I worked, I called the Bible.
Yes.
I called the Bible for the, yeah.
Madeline, let me tell you, I can't retain all this information. I gotta write it down.
And all you have to do is go to that book and find out.
That's
you-
right. That's what I do.
Did you get the card yet, Ronald?
No, I didn't, not yet.
Won't you go in there? Go in there, and I think you'll get it quicker.
Okay,
Yeah, if you go to the office.
I'm gonna check it
Call,
out.
call that number, Ronald.
544-1214.
And just
544-1214. Yeah.
and just
Mhm.
ask about the status of your card, Yep.
Exactly.
Well, he
They'll
don't
tell
have
you.
one yet. He haven't did an application yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's
Well,
why I
I
told
guess-
him it'd be good if he go on in there, because they'll help you right then and they probably give you the card then. Because I had somebody I know went to their office and they was having a problem with their card and they paid an Uber for them to come to their office to straighten her card up and Uber to go back home.
Really?
Uh-huh. They real nice, so that's why I say if you go in there, it'd probably be quicker for you too to go in there if you can. But if not, you could call. You could do it online. The application.
And I think her name is Miss Coleman. Who you
Oh,
talk to.
yeah.
That's the one lady I talk to all the time.
Yeah, it's a
Know
couple
somebody
of
talk to Miss
there.
Coleman.
It's a
Yeah, she
guy.
talked to Miss Coleman. And she
Mhm.
put the application in and
Yes.
she wasn't getting it. And so she had to call back, like you're telling Ronald to do. Like she hadn't
Yeah.
heard from them, but she put the application in. So she ended up
Uh-huh.
calling back, explaining to them, she hadn't gotten it, hadn't heard from them or whatever. And the lady helped her right away. I think she got the call in a couple of days. So
Uh-huh.
what you're telling Ronald to do, that's what my friend had to do, and it popped just like that. But she did
Yeah.
do it. She put it
Mhm.
online. She went online, and then when she didn't get it, she called them, and they sent it to her. She got it in about 3 days.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's good. That's
And it's
wonderful.
very helpful. I'm telling you.
It is.
They were really
Yes.
nice to her. She was telling me how much she enjoyed working with them.
Because I
Yeah.
use mine to go grocery shopping all the time.
Uh-huh. And then
And-
if you
Oh, look at that plate.
Hmm?
Yeah, we
What
were
was-
talking about that plate.
Okay, okay, guys.
Hey,
This is,
Portia.
So
this is Teresa. This
Hi,
is
Teresa.
How are you all doing? I see you're still here.
Yeah.
Good, wonderful,
How much more
wonderful.
time do you need?
We're chitting and chatting and exchanging information.
Okay, so what time is it now? And I'll give you guys the time on the clock and then.
It's 12:40.
Okay, so 1 o'clock is a good time?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll leave it open till 1.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes,
Oh,
Alex will need to prepare for the afternoon session, okay?
Okay.
All right, you take care.
All
I'll-
right.
thank you too.
Miss Durbin, Washington, I have some numbers here for you.
Okay.
Remember when we had those guys that came in doing the transportation presentation?
Right. I
Christopher
remember that.
Grayson, Yellow
Yeah.
Cab, Metro Access, all that stuff. I have numbers here in case you need it, and you can contact them.
And they will call you. They sent me my Metro Access application. They may kind of got me confused because they were saying like a round trip. I thought the round trip was $5, but no, it's $5, or maybe I got the wrong number. It's not $5 round trip. It's like $10 a trip or something like that. But I had that information too about them guys that came.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Transport DC.
Yeah, that too.
Is that what it
Right.
is?
Is it $10 now? Because it was $5, then it went up to $7.
Something like that. Yeah,
It's
something like
$7.
You can
that.
only get a
Now,
first, you can go,
they changed it to $7 a ride. You get 10 one-way rides per month.
right.
But
Right.
to anywhere you and any time.
Oh, okay. Because
Right.
he gave me the impression.
In DC.
Right. He gave me the impression that the trip, the going and coming was $5 or $7, but no, he straightened it up.
It used to be $5, but they raised it to $7 per trip.
Per trip.
Per month.
And that means
per trip, and you only get 10 one-way trips per month. You know, not like the whole, you know, you go and you come back. It's just one way. So it's like 5 round trip ticket. You know,
a month.
Right.
Anywhere in DC. You can ride. I would ride to the DC line.
Yeah, but sometimes you're right across the DC line, and that's what they told you to do. Ride to the DC line. You know, you can cross and go into Maryland, but cross back into DC to call your ride back.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember him being.
What is that called?
Transport
And that's
DC.
Transport DC. And you use the same number you use with your Metro Access. So it's part of the Metro Access program. Well, you know, with the paratransit, the bus and the train, and then the taxis, the Transport DC program.
But you have to apply. It doesn't automatically.
You have to apply through Metro Access.
Right.
They give you that Metro Access card, then you can use it for all those services.
So once you walk across the Maryland line, then which transportation are you using? Your your taxi cab card?
You can
on
your subway or bus card.
Can you use the other taxi program in Maryland or Virginia, or just DC? The Connect program?
Yeah, because it's ground transportation, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's ground transportation anywhere. Yeah.
Right.
I got
But you can go to the line and then walk across the street to the subway and keep on going. Because with your Metro Access, you don't have to pay for your subway or your bus ride.
Right. And sometimes your address is very close to the DC line, you know. So yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
I guess that's the thing. They do have some different things in Maryland though. Ability Taxi, which I've never used, but they have Ability Taxi program in Maryland. So maybe you could just have somewhere where you can wait, and maybe you can just call the Ability Taxi, because that's Metro Access transportation, but in Maryland. I don't know about Virginia, but I know Montgomery County and some other counties have their taxi programs, so you can find out about that.
I'll call them and ask about that. I was also told by a driver that a lot of states or cities or whatever have a program like that. So I haven't called them, and that's on my list. And she said, call Metro Access, tell them, say like you're taking a week's vacation somewhere.
Yeah.
They said, call Metro Access and ask them, do they have any affiliates in the area that you're going, and you can use your Metro Access like that too.
Yes, that would be very nice. Yes, that's very good.
But I
Right?
have not called to get, to get more information on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I mean, once I get to a different area, I still need the transportation.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it right now, but
Yeah,
whenever.
it's one of the things on your
Yeah,
list.
you're going every
Yeah.
place you want to go right now, right?
Right. I don't plan on going anywhere for right now, so it can wait a little bit, but maybe I will call and find information and then I can share it with you guys.
And then if anything comes up, you know what
Right.
your possibilities are.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So DC got us covered.
Yeah, they really
Yeah,
do.
covered.
They really do. It's such a blessing living,
They just could give us some
living
more
in
food
DC.
stamps. So
It's a
they can just give us a little bit more food stamps. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
Then I really be covered.
It started with Marion Barry because Marion Barry started all these programs for senior citizens because he loves his senior citizens.
Yes.
It did. It did.
And somebody came to me, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they started to form their lips to say something against Marion Barry.
No,
you can't do that with me.
No, they can forget that.
You can't do that with me.
No.
My first summer job.
Yes.
When I was 16 years old,
Yes.
was in a government building, and I learned how to become professional at 16.
Wow, that was wonderful.
Because
Thanks to his summer youth program.
it was at the housing urban development.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Right.
So you can't say nothing about him. You're not, and I'm not gonna, and I tell people that's only what you heard in the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that girl cannot come back to DC.
Wow.
I thought she had passed.
Huh?
But I know he had my summer job was working at the Vivarium building in Georgetown Hospital. Kind of with an animal that they cut them up and experiment with them. I was working there. Then I worked hospital for sick children. Yeah, working there. And I worked another place. So I was getting some pretty good jobs, like she said.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they networked out there. They did what they were supposed to do. Then later on, the kids was just sitting around at the rec center not doing anything. But back in the day, they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, definitely. The
You
pay
gotta
wasn't that good, but it was a good experience. Yeah.
If most kids are sitting around doing nothing, then their supervisors not doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, if you don't give them nothing to do, that's what they're going to do, nothing. They're in the learning stage.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Sure.
But these were good. Back then, these were good. You learn something by the end of your session.
Yeah.
You learn something.
You did.
Yeah, I got both my son's jobs through the marriage program, and the programs that they were in, they taught them skills about banking and how to save money. They taught a lot of good things. So now both my sons got good jobs. So I really appreciate that. Yeah,
that's how my girlfriend, her son did. He had a summer job and he was working at home security, and right now.
See, all the bills, everything is ready.
He making
neither one for him. It's not ready. Let me know.
Money. Because they end up teaching them.
Then thank you, late. On 9 September 13th, these guys came Metro Access. Who's name? Resident Award. For who qualified around Metro? Everybody. Well, you gotta have different levels. Fully eligible, whatever. And then it was $650 a month, monthly charge. But anyway, if anybody needs the phone, they say you can go down to 655 Virginia Avenue, Southwest, DC1 card, 65 and older. Yeah, down Virginia Avenue, Southwest. And then they had transportation DC, and that speaker was Christopher Grayton. And his phone,
I
anybody wants
remember
to
him.
know? His phone number was 202-962-1100 if you need to register for Metro Access. And they did call me back. And they did send me the application for Metro Access. Yes, they did. And then they had that one the lady was talking about Transport DCS. And it was $7, $10 trips per month. And that number was 202-544-1212. And the connector card, they talked about that. And Mr. Ward, they appeared to be together, but they was like separate. Did y'all get that? I don't know.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was two speakers. Yeah.
I mean, they were on the same time, but it was something, they weren't quite together. It was something about the taxi cab with, you could get a cab, but it didn't have anything to do with Metro Access or DC call. I don't know, but you can call those numbers to find out.
But
you know,
and
But you know
Forty,
what?
you have to take your application to your primary care physician
Right. Get it.
so they
Right.
can complete it and then they send it in.
Right.
And then you can send it in.
Right. But you got to get the application first, and they'll
Right.
that's what I'm saying. They'll send it to you. They'll
You know you
send
can get it
to you.
online, right?
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
you can get it
online.
online. You can print it off online and complete
Right.
it, then take it to
Okay.
your doctor.
Right. Okay.
And I think it's in a PDF, so you can enter the information on the actual form before you print it
Yeah.
out.
Right.
And we learned how to do that in the iPad program. Yep.
No, I'm not doing that. Okay. Well, that's what I got about that.
So,
What about that
thank
movie
you.
last night? I ain't understand. I don't understand nothing.
What-
Yes, I
what-
do. But that movie
it
was, that man was something else. That man was seeing, I don't know, that little girl and those were what were they? Images in his mind? I don't think they was real.
He had schizophrenia.
right.
I thought it was
Schizophrenia.
supposed to be Pursuit
Yeah.
of Happiness. I thought it was supposed to be Pursuit of Happiness, and when it wasn't Pursuit of
She
Happiness,
couldn't get it to work. She couldn't get it to
Oh.
work. Yeah,
so I
she
ended
took,
up turning Pursuit of Happiness on my TV, and I watched that on my TV, Pursuit of Happiness. And I'd seen it before, but it was 100 years ago, and I enjoyed watching it again. And I didn't look at the.
seen it.
But
Oh,
Beautiful
you
Mind
gotta
was,
see
I've
it.
never seen it before.
Me
And
either.
I had neither.
It
but I wanna
was-
see it again.
It was
so I can
very
understand.
interesting. It was very
Yeah.
interesting because I couldn't figure it
Yeah.
out until about halfway through.
Yeah. I think we need to see it again.
What was it about?
Because I don't get the full meaning of movies the first time, no way. I might be missing something. But it was good. It was
What was it about? Last night's movie. What was it about?
It
What
was
was the subject matter?
Beautiful Mind. That was the title of it. Beautiful Mind. And that guy Ron Howard, he's something else anyway. The one used to play with on that sitcom. Isn't that him, y'all? Used to play
Yeah.
with
He directed it or produced it or
Yeah,
something.
he produced it. And helped write it. Ron Howard. And they was at Princeton. I saw it. I remember I stopped watching because I didn't quite understand it, and I went back to it.
And you
But,
know what? People today still be going through that because I've seen homeless people. They want when they be talking to themselves or talking to somebody, because they probably seen these, visions, and we don't know because they steady talking to somebody.
Right.
And I'm like, sometimes you're around people like that, and you don't know what's going on in their mind. They could hurt themselves or they could hurt somebody.
Right.
In the movie, you saw how he was going off the people. He thought they was laughing at him, and he was,
Yeah.
had
And
to
then he
come.
took that little baby and put him in the tub, and she went in that house, the garage, and she noticed that baby wasn't there. She ran in there. But he wasn't, that water wasn't out. I don't know if that water, I think he was trying to kill the baby, wasn't he? I don't think he was
Well,
trying.
I guess the voices was telling him what to do to the baby.
Right. The man with that black gun. With that
Because the
gun.
voices kept telling him to kill his wife and, you know, them. But
Oh, man. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he didn't want to, but this just
No.
yeah. And you know, some people that drink a lot, they
Uh-huh.
get them same symptoms. They hear voices, and because I know a friend of mine, he used to tell me he was drinking real heavy, and he said he used to hear voices. They be telling him to jump out the window and
Oh,
stuff.
Lord. Okay, he had to get
Uh-huh. Yeah, so it does happen.
But
It's
you know what?
going
To
on
me,
today.
it didn't seem like he didn't start seeing those people and seeing things until after he got those shock treatments.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
He'd
Yeah.
been seeing them all
Because
along.
because I
Yeah.
didn't see him like when they first, to me, it started all kind of slow.
I know. Yeah, it did.
I was ready to leave. But
Right.
it seemed like
That's what I'm saying.
he didn't get, he just didn't start seeing it or reacting to those people until after he got those shock treatments. So
Yeah.
I'd have to see it from the very beginning again.
Uh-huh.
Because
Again,
it wasn't
yeah.
really
Now
clear where
remember,
you could hear what
he
they
thought
were
he was a
saying.
secret agent and he was cracking a code for the
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was saying that and see that was just in his mind
Right.
the
But
whole
I
time.
thought his wife had, because at one time somebody said you shouldn't have married her, or she gave him. Did y'all see that part? Or maybe I'm delusional.
Well,
But
one of
it's
the
something about
biggest
the-
things was it took them a long time to convince him that he was mentally ill. It was really a turnaround after that point because he thought
Okay.
it was all real. So it wasn't until he understood that it wasn't real because he never
Okay.
did get rid of all of the people and the voice and stuff, but he
No.
knew that it was his mental illness, that it wasn't really happening. So he was able to go on with his life, even though
Right.
he still had some of the symptoms.
Okay.
Because he said he would just ignore them. They would always
Yeah.
be there, but he would just
Yeah.
ignore them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They showed up at the end, and his wife said, "What you looking at? You looking at something?" And he said, "Oh no, no." When he went to get his Nobel Peace Prize, and and them three was there. That little girl, that man, and a little boy, I think. But it was 3 images, and she asked, she said, "What you looking at, honey?" And he said, "Oh no, ain't nothing happening." And they went on, and the movie went off. But they was.
And that took a strong person. That took a
cope with
strong
his
person to do that.
Yeah.
He was also asking him, did he take his medication? Why he wasn't
Yes,
taking his medication?
that is very
Yeah.
important because a lot when they start to feel normal, they stop taking the medication because they think it's over, but then it
Right.
comes back. So he had
And
to
that-
learn
yeah.
that it'll always be part of him, but he could control it.
That's right. Yeah.
And some of us do that too. Just like that man said, mental health. And I'll never forget that phrase.
Speak for yourself. I don't. Speak for yourself. I don't.
You know how some of us start getting better. We stop taking our medicine, and the prescription say take all your medicine. Start feeling better. Say, oh, I don't need no more. Stop taking it. Yeah.
I remember part of the discussion last night when we got to mind disorders and ALS came up.
Yeah.
And a lot of us chimed in that we know some folks who had that, but I'll give you a little background on this. We know it was called Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah.
Lou Gehrig was a professional baseball player.
Yes, he was.
In the 1920s. He had a 19-year career, and he
was good.
Records, he set records that still stand to this day. But his most famous speech when he retired, because he could no longer hold a bat or even see, because the disease was taking him over. But he gave a very good farewell speech in Yankee Stadium. But he played 19 years, and he was only 38 years old when he succumbed to that disease. So just a little background on what we were talking about. Somehow sports always seem to sneak in somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Lou Gehrig's disease, because of that 19-year career he had as a New York Yankee.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Got you. Oh,
What did
wow.
Gail Sayers have?
Gail had,
You know, they had a story. You get the Gail Sayers.
Yeah.
yeah, Brian's Song it was
Brian's
called.
Song,
but
yeah.
Oh,
Gail had.
Was Gail his friend or was Gail?
Him and Brian Piccolo was his partner.
Yeah.
But Gail, what did Gail have, a liver
I'm not,
disease or
I
something?
don't remember.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, but that was a bad man. That was a bad man.
Yeah, he was.
He was a bad man. That man could run that football.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'll tell you in a minute. Hold up.
Okay,
What happened to Gail Sayers?
Was it Parkinson's?
No, it said he died. He died from complications from dementia and Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
That's not.
I mean,
That sound,
so young.
that don't sound like the
That
story.
seems like it was something else because he
Gail
stopped his
Sayers?
football
Wow.
career. He
That's
was young.
surprising.
Yep, that's what it say.
Well,
Wow.
that's a debilitating disease.
Maybe
too,
that was later. Well, I don't know.
It
Maybe
said
I just
he
have to
died
watch
at
it
the age
again.
of 77.
That's interesting.
Maybe I had to watch it again because that don't. I mean, I know what you're saying, Brenda.
Yeah.
Kansas Company.
But that
it
don't
doesn't
that
sound
don't
like the
that
same
don't
story.
sound right.
No, that doesn't coincide with the story. No.
Yeah.
Right.
But one never knows. They can take literary
said-
license on
well,
everything they want.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Sayers, who inspired TV movie Brian Song, dies at 77. And it said that it was complications from dementia and Alzheimer's disease.
Okay.
But could he have developed that in the later years?
Yes, he had to.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he stopped playing
Because he
football.
stopped playing young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe could have.
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't know Gail made it to 77.
I think I'm gonna try to find that.
I, you know, because
Died
looking at the
young.
movie, it looked like he died younger. So
Yeah, that's what I thought.
look as
Wow,
though he
that's
died much
interesting.
younger. But
You know, sometimes you got to be careful about the information they give you, even though they say it's fact.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, they can
true.
take literary license on
You know
anything.
who
Right.
put it up there? Yeah.
Because that was a sad story. And I think I cried at the end.
That was good stuff. That was
it was
real
a
good.
good
Really did
movie.
make
It
you cry.
was, yeah. Yeah.
Especially when Brian Piccolo called him the nigga. That was some funny stuff.
Yeah, it said he died September 23rd, 2020.
What?
Wow, he
Really?
just died. That was a couple of years back.
I don't,
'Cause that was
I
like in
don't
the-
think that's right, but
Was
I'm looking
wasn't that
at
in the
Google.
70s? Wasn't that movie in the 70s?
Yes.
yeah, it was in the 70s and it was about years before. So
Wow, that's interesting.
Very
I'm-
interesting.
I'm looking
Yeah.
it up on my computer now.
I got you. I know, and I understand that. No, and I
This is what
understand
it's
that.
telling me.
Yeah, I like it when you have to look up stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see who going. You know what? I'm gonna see if anybody streams it.
Y'all
'Cause
are
it
the
may
most
be on-
resourceful, like, this is the
It may
most
be on
resourceful stuff.
Brian Sanders, right?
Brian Piccolo.
Oh, Brian Piccolo.
Yeah, that was the other running back with him, Brian
Yeah.
Piccolo.
Piccolo. Yep. Mm-mm-mm.
There's a lot of things that I know that happened years ago that when you look it up, they give you some different information and you go like, that didn't happen. It wasn't like that, so.
Sound like there's a cross with Gail Sayers in there somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Chicago, both of them play for Chicago, so I don't know.
That could be what it is. It's the same name, and so the facts are for somebody else.
And Gail Sayers was a bad man too. That's a bad man.
Okay, Amazon has it for $3.99. I don't see anybody doing it free. But Amazon has it, and Apple TV has it, YouTube has it for $3.99.
Brian Song, you talking about Brian Song?
Brian Song, yes.
That was a great movie.
You know what? It's worth it.
And then James Caan is a bad man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
him.
It was 1971.
Oh, that it came out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if he died in 2000, what they say?
20.
He lived a long time after that, huh?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And they think that he was already an adult then. So wait a minute, how many years are we talking about there?
Right. So it's worth my $3.99. I can't afford it, but I will. Because I'm tired of them telling me stuff that I know happened then and they say it didn't happen. I'm getting tired of them telling me that. So,
Okay, Kim, I'm with you on that too. But I'd
Sick
like to say, I'd like to say bye. You all have the most wonderful Easter. And God bless all of you. So I'm gonna
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank
You
you
too.
so much. God bless and keep you. Happy Resurrection Sunday to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.